FBA in the building. Black power in the building. Are you able to hear me in the building? We about to get it in today. Is my tethers in the building? Where my tethers at? Where my tethers? We might get somebody mad tonight, man. I'm trying to tell you. This thing crazy. This thing crazy. You hear what I say? Man, our people that lost our raggedy mind. You hear what I say? This is so crazy to me. Like we even having this conversation after all that we have suffered throughout the last 2,000 years. We are really having this conversation about infiltration, about the universal principle, about all our people that is a conglomerate, about us boxing ourselves in a corner, separating ourselves from the universal family. Oh, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. I don't really rock with the tethers, right? You know what I mean? I understand what the tethers is. The tethers is ones that want to catch a hitchhike on the culture. I understand that. I rocks with that. But you do have some that are not born here that make a contribution that have affected all of us in a great way forever, ever. You understand what I'm saying? Do we throw that out too? Oh, no. Now, the tethers that want to tether themselves and catch a free ride, yeah, we need to call them out. But we need to straighten them up. Can y'all hear my chair tonight? Is my chair making noise tonight? We really having this conversation after over 2,000 years of oppression. We really having this conversation. We really having this conversation. And people want to have the conversation. People really want to have this conversation. People keep asking me about it. I'm getting emails. I'm getting all sorts of stuff. I got an email a few minutes ago. Bring the sister on your show. I got a sister. I'm going to reach out to the sister. We might have to ride this one out. We might have to do this like a Grandmaster J demonstration and just talk about it for the next year. I don't know. This is interesting. The more I look into this, the more, wow, this is a doozy. This is a doozy. Is my chair making noise? Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to do my video tomorrow. Let me give a shout out. This person right here named Jay Hammer, right? Jay Hammer had a problem with my chair because someone made a joke about my chair. And Jay Hammer said, Light Crusader, did you make a donation? Anyway, Light Crusader, was that you? Was that you? He clowned my chair. And now listen, I'm feeling some type of way that every time I'm on my show now and I can hear my chair, it's like my chair got a volume button and it then turned out because of Light Crusader. So anytime I move now, I'm cognizant and conscious that this loud old chair squeaky. Let me tell you something. If you don't like it, I'm about to tell you something. I'm a thrifter. You hear what I'm talking about? I'm a thrifter. I got this from the thrift store. I sure did. I'm a thrifter. I'm a thrifter to the end. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, I be trying to save every coin, invest and try to do for the people. So I'm a thrifter. I mean, But anyway, Light Crusader started something. So I got a call. Yeah, go call. I got an old call. And the person said, Grand Sheik, I'm going to donate to get you a new chair. Because since you said it on the show, but it wasn't me, it was Light Crusader. Since you said it, I can't get it out my head. And I'm thinking, me too. I'm thinking, me too. I want to thank you. Y'all are the best supporters on the net. I see my sister May, the Alchemist in here, always support. M. Nugent, always support. Cryptonomics, and if I missed your name, let me know. I apologize. You might have hit the wrong one. I don't deny no Cash App. But I want to thank everybody who ever gave $1. Tony Exum, you might have hit the wrong Cash App. I don't deny no Cash App because I'm going a constant work over and over. It's perpetual. But now, so Candide, he a tether. So look, so what I did was, and I'm going to show you the video another day. I'm going to show you the video, what we had to do. So officially, for the Moorish World TV citizens, Jay Hammer. I'll be right back. I'm coming. All right. For the Moorish World TV citizens. I'm going to get this out the way. So I'm back. I'm not going to do the show with a chair. You understand what I'm saying? Because that chair gets on my nerve. That chair gets on my nerve. But in fact, we got real Moorish World TV citizen here. This channel support. This is a supportive network, and everybody in here, they support. They support Light Crusader because of you. Here we go. 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 No. Here we go. We're back in the building. Yeah. Here saying? Hello, SGS, look like you looking to scrap tonight. Like Crusader, what you got to say now? Yeah. Let me work on. We're gonna get started. Hold up. Oh! 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 We the best! We the best! Hey! Hey! Like Crusader, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. They didn't believe in me in my chair. Jay Hammer did. The Morris World TV citizens did. It breaks my heart. Y'all didn't believe in us. See, let me tell you something. This is the best. I want y'all to know this, family. Real talk, real talk, real talk, real talk. Before I start the show, the views of Morris World TV may hit between 5 and sometimes 10,000 on an average. But let me say, when people talk about those big networks, those big platforms, you give me 5,000 supporters that support what I do, share their hard-earned money, share their time, share their efforts, share their talents. I'll take that over 80,000 views any day. I'll take that over 80,000 subscribers any day. You understand what I'm saying? I would take that over 80,000. When somebody in Morris World TV see an issue, they step up. I mean, they step up. I will take that. Forget 80,000. Forget 40, 50,000 subscribers. That's all good. But when the Morris World TV citizens step up, when I say I'm going to get this van and we're going to travel around, I meant that. Now, I ain't gonna be such a fool considering what's going on and show you what I'm going to be driving in no more. But y'all seen I got that. Still got the receipt. Flipped it and flipped the script a little bit on it. Because we know how these weirdos go. I don't want to put myself in a position to go holler at them peoples, go back to college. So I'm gonna move a little wise. But whenever, ever, we're about to make a move, you step to the plate. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I mean, now let's get to FBA. Bro, I think you're reaching. Thinking is good, but our thoughts can be our worst enemy. FBA, would you like to come in when I'm finished? I'm about to get started now. Are you interested in coming in? Huh? When I finish? You know what I mean? There go my bro right there. I can't wait to press. In Moorish language, he said, I can't wait to press palms. I can't wait to press palms with my brother David Jennings. David Airman. Looking forward to that. Now, I want to let you in. Only let my brother FBA Soldier come in because I got some slides I want to share. Now, I got some slides I want to share. So I want to hear what he thinking that I'm about to say. Because many people jump the gun before I even talk. You know what I mean? Many people jump the gun before I even talk. So let's let FBA Soldier come in real quick. You know what I mean? Let's let him come in real quick. You ready, brother? So I just hit you up. So I'm going to let him come in real quick, and then I'm going to break down my presentation because I got a presentation for tonight. So I asked that everybody share it. You know what I mean? Everybody share it because I got a presentation tonight that I'm going to really knock this out the box. It's my expertise that is going to knock this out the box real quick. You know what I mean? So FBA Soldier, come on in, brother. Come on, where are you? Smooth at FBA. Come on, FBA soldier. Come on, brother. Come on in. I'm gonna let you speak your piece. Are you there? Are you there? Because I'm gonna make this clear with this presentation. And this is good when you come in because I got a presentation. I'm gonna be here for about an hour. I'm 15 minutes in, but come on, where you at? Is he shook? You ain't no FBA. You a shook one. I like that he called me bro. That way, friend or foe. I mean, I just put the link out, but I don't want to get caught up. I would rather do this. I want to get Digital Pit Boss on here tomorrow. I would like to get Digital Pit Boss on here tomorrow. Smooth FBA. And any other, I want some tethers too. I want some tethers. That's right. Tethers need to have a voice. Ain't nobody giving the tethers a voice. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody giving the tethers a voice. And I'm upset about that. I mean, what's up, Ishmael? All right, so he said he's trying to come in. So let me just start off so we won't kill too much time in doing this. All right. Let me change. Let me get ready. So one of the things for sure that I've come to discover, about this FBA thing, the weird part about it is it just doesn't seem to me that everybody is using, it doesn't seem like everyone are using their complete faculties. And what I mean by that is, I mean no disrespect. It's like we're so emotionally driven that we're not weighing the whole gamut of the conversation. I will be speaking on Risa situation soon. I just have to make sure that it's legitimate. And so I'm still researching, making sure it's legitimate, but I'm on it. I would like to give him a call, though. I might give him a call and check with him first. But anyway, okay, let me see. Let me get the number out here so the brother can call real quick. He wants to call. I got to let him call. So let me get a number. Oh, here you go. I think that's him. All right. Let me see where we at. Oh, this Smooth FBA. Smooth FBA, are you there, brother? I can't hear you if you're there. All right. I want to get some of y'all in real quick before I start this show because I'm about to get busy. There you go. Hit that line right there.
Yo, family, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well. Come on, Smooth FBA. Don't take too long, though, because you can come in after I do my presentation, but come on.
Well, handle your presentation on Grand Speak, please. Thank you for having me on your show.
Though, because I do these flyers. Everybody talk about my flyers or my thumbnails, and I make them specifically to draw people in so we can have a conversation. So did it catch you and make you think something other than what I haven't said what I'm about to do yet, but did it trigger you?
No. At the end of the day, you're more. So I'll never get triggered by more because I know your history and I know our history. You as a more, I know our history. And it's just that, like, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Grand Sheik. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I always supported you. I like what you do. I got respect for the Moors. I may have certain reservations as far as, like, what we did back 200 years ago in Europe, which we could have conquered them. We could have conquered these devils. But whatever, that's water under the bridge. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, could you say that we're dealing with an evolution right now as far as, like, a distinction? And we're not talking about, like, separating ourselves from the other brothers. Trust me, we're wearing the same armor. If I'll be damned if I look at another black person from Africa and say that I'm not black. It's not the point of me looking. Go ahead, brother.
Figuratively, it sounds good, but when we do that, and figuratively, it sounds good what you're saying. Like, I would never break myself from a brother from Africa. But when you see what I'm going to do tonight, you'll understand why that's how it will be taken.
Oh, no, I know you be cooking. You be cooking. I know bread shit.
Yeah. So, brother, after I'm finished, I would love for you to come in and give some commentary on what I'm about to share. Is
Absolutely. I'll be sitting here. I'll mute my mic and I'll be sitting here patiently, brother.
All right. Here we go. So, family, the brother didn't get in. He didn't call the number. But nevertheless, what I want to do, I want to share something with you. There was today an upload online, and it was, one second. There was an upload online with Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. And Geronimo Pratt Gun Club was doing a march. Let me see if I can find one of the clips real quick. They was doing a march. Now, they was doing a march, and this march that they was doing was supposed to be representation of reparations, right? But during the march, this is what we hear.
Immigration.
Hold up. It turned into stuff like this. Can y'all hear it?
When do we want it? Close borders. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Close borders. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Close borders. When do we want it? Now.
Are you able to hear that? It says, oh, can't see the vid. Oh my goodness. Get out of here. Let me look on my phone. What's happening? All right, we got to do it another way. I don't know why. StreamYard. This is why we need our own too. I don't know why StreamYard. Hold up. You might have dialed the wrong number, brother. I didn't see it. Hold up 1 second. I don't know why StreamYard is jamming up, but it doesn't make a difference. We're going to do it another way, like I had to do the other night. All right. So let me turn it up a little bit. Seems as if StreamYard want to play games. Nevertheless, here we go. One second. See if I can get it rocking. Let me see.
When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Close borders. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Close borders. When do we want it? Now.
So let me stop there. So what they're yelling is they want closed borders and they want it now. Now, let's be clear. Family, when has that become our fight? We want closed borders. This is Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club, part of the Black Power gun outfit. They saying we want to close borders and we want them now. My question is, when has that become our fight? That has never been our fight. Never. We know who fight it was. I'm going to call you in a minute, bro. We know who fight it was. Let's talk about who fight it was. Who fight is to close the borders. We already know. Somebody say it with me. I keep telling you, and I don't even believe it's Trump anymore. I believe it's a part of the greater mission Watch this. This has always been Trump demonstration. Now, I'm not saying that I'm against it or not. I'm not saying that I'm for it or against it. But this seems to be echoing Donald Trump. You feel what I'm saying? Now, to my brother, if you ain't up on, to my brother Light Crusader, if you're not up on things, you say it's too many Hispanics coming over here, though. Bro, they already, on some number count, they already here, they outnumber you. Did you know that? And in some counts, it's a wrap. Right? Watching this shows me that Moorish world is far behind on politics. Okay. I would debate you anytime you want to. But now, the reason why I said this is funny to me. These numbers are funny to me. Listen to this. Foundational Black America. 20 million are illegal. How do they come up with that number? Stop that. That's just like they saying that's a 43 million for the last 50,000 years. Stop that. Let's stop it. Let's not go with these numbers for a second. Let's deal with what we do know. I mean, let's deal with what we do know. What we do know is that there is many people who came over here from Mexico. But now listen to this. Let's listen to this. And Mexico and south of the border. Let me speed this up because I'm paying attention to y'all too much. I'm going to start in the middle of my presentation. Let me start in the middle of my presentation. Before the European made any demarcation lines, let's be clear, before the European made any demarcation lines in North America, guess who had full reign? Guess. Anybody want to guess? Guess who had full reign? Before the European made the demarcation line, can you tell me who had full reigns before they put up borders? I'm asking a question. When you got when you got El Geronimo Pratt Gun Club saying close the borders, before the European put up those imaginary lines, they could come and go as they please. They could come and go as they please. So now you're fighting a cause that is not your fight. That's not your fight. That's a political agenda. And look, FBA was there. Absolutely. We're going to get into that too. Our people were there. Our people were there. But the point that I'm making is, how did this become our fight when it's a political agenda and we haven't even established what our political stance is? We haven't even established what our political stance is. What is the so-called black people political stance? But come on, that doesn't even make sense. That is not our fight. That is not our fight. But let's start from here. If we're going to talk about foundational Black America, let's start from the top. And then we'll get into what I'm just talking about right there. So, y'all ready? Here we go. Our brother Tariq Nasheed teaches. Listen to this. Foundational Black American are descendants of Black people who survived one of the greatest atrocities in recorded history, recorded history, American slavery. Watch this. FBA are the descendants of Black people who built the United States from scratch. But this history did not start in 1619. The history of FBA started 100 years earlier. Stop right there. I want you to take this all in. Take this all in. That the history of the foundational Black American started in the 1500s. Now they're going to have to change this up after this presentation. They're going to have to change this up after this presentation. Watch this. The first documented foreign settlers in the New World of North America were enslaved Black people who were brought over by Spanish colonizer Lucas Vasquez. Now hold up. Now hold up. The first documented foreign settlers? Make it make sense. That's not true. That's not true. There we go, FBA. My people were before the slaveholder. There you go. There you go. Now, watch this. Now, let's deal with the date 1526, and I'm going to roll through this real quick. According to American historian and linguist Lew Weiner of Harvard University, one of the strongest pieces of evidence to support that Black people sailed to America before Christopher Columbus was a journal entry from Columbus himself. In Weiner's book, Africa and the Discovery of America, explains that Christopher Columbus noted in his journal that Native Americans confirmed Black-skinned people had come from southeast in boats trading with gold-tipped spears. Now watch what I'm trying to say. This is before 1500. So that's a fallacy. So this is a fallacy. Now, what I want to share with you is that at this time there were no borders. There were no borders to separate South America from North America. There we go. Literally Google. You're talking about 1526. This is why I think it's a deeper agenda. Because as Crystal Jamie say, this is basic information. Our history don't start with no 1526. And to teach people that is a gross negligence. When then that term originate? You know what I'm saying? But hold up. Now don't get mad, FBA. I would debate you, FBA Leon. Black Americans are gatekeepers now. No, we're not falling for the foolishness. We're not falling for the foolishness. Because what we really want, let me tell you what we really want. We don't want propaganda freedom. We want real freedom. And we want something that's practical. And real freedom is founded on a rock called truth. And so anytime that you inject something that's untrue, then it's not going to lead to true freedom. You hear what I'm saying? Anytime we build any foundation on sand of a lie, we're not going nowhere. That's just what it is. So you can say, oh, it means this, and you can remix it all you want, but this is what the standard is given to us per the website. That's just what it is. This is what the standard. This is what the standard is on the website. But listen, I know we're going to get upset and we get mad, but just don't be disrespectful when you call in, because I won't disrespect you. Now, right here, the discovery, listen to this. Y'all remember the mummies? The discovery of American narcotics and Egyptian mummies has left some historian amazed. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? Recently, archaeologists discovered that the presence of narcotics only known to be derived from the American plants and the ancient Egyptian mummies. These substances included South American cocaine. Y'all remember this? What that means is when you start from 1526, you're throwing away a whole history. You're throwing away your greatness as it relates to being a global people. So you not only You not only built America, you have built the planet. You have built the planet. Why settle with crumbs of building America? You built America under duress, but you built the planet with the God-given talent of your unique genius. Let me say it again. You built America under duress, right? You built America under duress, but you built the planet with your God-given genius. You understand what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is, why are we designating 1526? Because our children will be stuck. Listen. In history, those that came to awaken our mind, they tried to unshackle that stop in period, that period in time that we hit a brick wall and we thought our history started with slavery. Now we're back at the same place where history starts with slavery. Why are we starting with slavery? That's the point. We shouldn't even designate 1526, number one, because it puts us back into the same category that we've been fighting to get out, that our history predates slavery, right? Our history predates slavery. Now, here we go. I would debate anybody on anything that makes sense. Anybody that makes sense. Anything that makes sense. If it don't make sense, I'm gonna ignore you. I mean, now, let's work it on down. For years, Eurocentric archaeologists have largely turned the other cheek when it came to discovery of artifacts from ancient Egypt being discovered in Americas. Again, this is way before 1526. I'm making a point here. Only thing I'm doing is making a point that we are deeper than 1526. We are deeper than 1526. Why would somebody use 1526 as our beginning of anything? That doesn't make sense, especially after the most beautiful presentation of hidden colors. After the most beautiful presentation of hidden colors, number one, there's no reason that we should date stamp 1526. No reason. No reason at all. There's no reason we should stamp 1526. Never. Never. And you should never give that up, that you have civilized the world. I mean, that you have civilized the world. Y'all can call in once I get to where I'm going at. Now, here we go again. There have been many instances archaeologists discovering skulls and skeletons that they believe belong to people of African descent. Polish professor, Worskinski, revealed the discovery of African skulls at Olmec sites, and we already know this. So the point that I'm trying to make, I'm gonna rush through this because I know y'all know all this, but I want to say one last thing with this. Christopher Columbus wasn't the only European explorer who made note of African presence in the Americas. Upon his arrival, historians revealed that at least a dozen other explorers, including Balboa, also made record of seeing Negroes when they reached the New World. Let me stop right there. All of this is before the European made borders. All of this. So now the point is, do we throw away Dr. Ben Jokanan? Because he stated that he was born in Ethiopia to a Puerto Rican Jewish mother and an Ethiopian father. Do we throw away Dr. Ben? Y'all scream Black Power and say y'all Dr. Ben is your ancestor. Y'all remember that? Until before, look, before FBA, Dr. Ben was your hero. Is he still your hero? Huh? Before FBA, Dr. Ben was your hero. Y'all remember? Look, I'm going by what Dr. Ben said. Now we got a new thing coming. We throw Dr. Ben away. Now we throw Dr. Ben away. That don't make sense, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why that don't make sense as we go along. Anybody know Claude McCray? Anybody know Claude McKay? Anybody? Anybody familiar with Claude McKay? Huh? Claude McKay, he inspired the start of the Harlem Renaissance. I'm sorry. He started the Harlem Renaissance. You know where he from? You know where he from? Huh? You know where he from? Anybody know? You know where he from? You know how big the Harlem Renaissance is? You know how big the Harlem Renaissance is? Huh? You know that changed history? We throw that away too. We call him a tether today. We call him a tether today. That's what we doing? See, listen, we all family. Listen, one thing about the European, he is very strategic in dividing and conquering. He's very strategic. He's been doing it for a long time. Anytime that you see divide and conquer, you already know what it is. Let me give you an example. I'm a Moorish American. I see all of us as one people. You can call yourself what you want, whatever designation you choose. But I see us as one people of a conglomerate of tribes. I see myself as a conglomerate people, as a tribe. You understand what I'm saying? Bro, that was Jesse Paris. I'm being facetious, brother. I'm being facetious. It was a rhetorical question. Oh, so he's a tether. Y'all would call him a tether. I'm being facetious, brother. Come on. Get with me, brother. Come on. Now, so I see ourselves as an empire group of people. When an empire is big, I see, look, he said we're not the same. Most people can identify with Rome. So let me use Rome for an example, and I used it on the other show. When the Roman Empire spread, right? All of North Africa, even into Turkey, into Rome, was under the same empire. Some didn't speak the same language. Some didn't speak the same culture, but they seen themselves as one, and they dominated. So when we put ourselves in a box of just American, the domination will cease. We get dominated because guess what? The French take Canada. The British take America, or the English, or whoever they are. They split it all up amongst each other. They may seem to fight amongst each other, but at the end of the day, they split the planet up. Let me give you an example. And I ain't even think about this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See, they split it up. And they ain't worried about what you're talking about. Because you're tripping. And this is the way that they will continue to dominate you. They ain't dominate me. Because I'm going to get with like-minded people. Feel me? This is what they do right here. They dominate you. French West Africa. Spain. The UK. These are all Europeans. They dominate you. They dominate because they understand. They understand the power of unity, even though you are not wearing the same uniform. People have unity without the same uniform. So they might not be the same tribe, but they're unified to dominate the planet. And so when you just say FBA, it's suspect to me. People ask me, so I'm going to answer. You know what I mean? Now, I like what Mordo said, and I'm going to bring that up in a minute. Actual lineage. Actual lineage. FBA is not a lineage. Do you know what lineage is? Do you know what lineage is? Let me explain to you what lineage is. Grandma would have told you this. We'll use a Bible and give you an example what lineage is. Lineage, by all intents and purposes, take you as far back till you can't go anymore. That's what lineage do. Lineage, for all intents and purposes, take you as far back. Hold up. It takes you as far back until you can't go no more. So when you look at the book of Matthew for an example, it talks about the book of ancestry, genealogy of Jesus Christ, and it goes all the way back. It goes all the way back to the foundation. You don't have to believe in the Bible, but that's just a simple example of what lineage is. Lineage, for all intents and purposes, takes you back as far as you can go till you can't go no more. That's the purpose of lineage. The purpose of lineage is not to take you to a place and you hit a brick wall and there's more information. That's not lineage. That's not lineage. So to say FBA is a lineage, that's the wrong term. You need a new term. You need a new term because lineage has always been designated as a practice, whether you believe the Bible or not. It's always been designated as a practice to take you as far back in history till you can't remember no more. So you're using lineage wrong. And so when people say I'm using lineage, this is my lineage, it's my lineage. You're only repeating something, and to the broader intellectual world, you really sounding crazy. Because that's not what lineage designate. It just don't. Philly Rothstein. Lineage is a specific bloodline you can trace. It just don't. So I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling you the truth. This is why I think it's just a YouTube thing that's going on. You feel what I'm saying? Now, let me do this. He's Pan-Africanizing us. No, the whole world is connected by cords to every other person in this world in our diaspora. That's just what it is. That's what it is. Now listen, somebody said, what's my lineage, right? Now you don't have to agree with me, but let me explain what my lineage is. I'm a Moor, and in status and legal terms as a nationality, I'm a Moorish American, right? Let me show you my lineage. Now my grandmother, my great-grandmother, name was Ruby Queen, right? So according to the general census of FBA, they would consider me an FBA, but I don't get stuck right there. Her name was Ruby Queen. Should I bring up a picture? Let me bring up a picture. Show you my grandmother. Show you my grandmother. Give me 1 second. So my grandmother, my great-grandmother was Ruby Queen, right? And I can go back a step further. Let me just see if I can find it real quick. Show you my grandmother. But this is my great-grandmother. And anybody, if y'all been around a long time, a while, you seen my mother. And hold on 1 second. I can go back further, and I'm doing a lot of other different type of research, but let me pull up this picture real quick. Show you something. This is my grandmother. My great-grandmother. She's indigenous Iroquois, a part of the Iroquois Confederacy, right? My grandmother, now listen, her name was Ruby Queen. You follow me? My grandmother, which was her daughter, her name was Juanita. My mother is named Sylvia. Now watch this. I have the video talking to my family. I have the video talking to my family, the elders, before they passed away. And this is what I said. I said, Grandma, do you remember? And I actually have the video. I said, do you remember anybody telling slave stories? Now, my grandmother passed away about 4 or 5 years ago at almost 100 years old. My great-grandmother passed away when I was young in the 80s. Now watch this. I asked my elders, do you remember anybody sharing any slave stories? Because my great-grandmother would have been right in that era. You know what my grandmother said and the family said? We have never heard anybody repeat a slave story. The only thing that we know is we were living in Virginia, in the hills, and then we came to Maryland. There has never been a slave story in our family. Never. They said there's never been a slave story. Never. So you know what that tells me? The slave narrative is a construct to say that everybody was slaves, and that's not true. And history will prove that. History will prove that. Now, I say all that to say this. When one talking about their FBA, that's a generic term. Now, hold up. Let me start right here. So I say I'm a Moor. In the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So why you say you're old reparations? Simple. I'll explain that in a minute. In the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, they would understand. I mean, they're understood like this. That before there was a great Atlantic Ocean, the land mass, whether together or apart, didn't make a difference. We traveled around the planet. We traveled around the globe. So it doesn't matter if we here 100 years later, 200 years later, 300 years later. We here to, as Dr. Khaled said, to wave the European in. When the European come, we already here. We already here. So the brothers say, then why ask for reparations. Why? Because our bloodline is invested into building this company called the United States of America. And whether you were paid or not, you have made a contribution, and that contribution is an imbalance. Now, just because I can say that about my family, that doesn't mean that my extended family didn't suffer in that manner. You understand what I'm saying? So when we're talking about reparations, we're talking about repairing a damage. We're talking about repairing something. And when you're talking about repairing, you can't even imagine the damage that has been done to the mind and the mentality of our people, regardless of income. If you chalk this up just to income, you crazy. You crazy. So we fight together. But this is why I'm different. This is why I'm different. This is why I'm different. Because if your sole fight is for the slaveholder to give you something, you crazy. See the difference between me and you? I'm going to give myself something. And I'm going to teach people to get it for themselves. At the same time, holding the slaveholder accountable for my family. That's the difference. That's the difference. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to go get it. Simultaneously holding the slaveholder accountable every step of the way. That's the difference. I'm not going to just zero in and focus on one thing. You know what I'm saying? Say, what's my father's side? My father's side is the same exact story. I can get my father's picture. I don't have it on me. My father's side is the same exact story. He came from South County, Maryland. Don't remember none of that stuff. Same story. That's why I didn't even mention. Almost exactly the same story, just from a different other area. I mean, now, with that being said, let's get busy. Let me go down some. Now, what I got next for you? We can't allow the European or anybody who represents the European to throw our family away. That's one thing that we got to remember. That's one thing we got to remember. We can't throw our family away. We got to stop that, because our family has made major contributions for the liberation of our people. Anybody know this guy? Huh? Anybody know? Anybody remember the book Things Fall Apart? Huh? Listen, FBA as a designation to receive some compensation is not going to work. It's just not. Good luck at it, but it's just not. You know what I mean? This was one of the changing books. I mean, made a great contribution. Capstone say, read it 4 times. Made a great contribution. How do we throw our family away? How do we do that? How do we do that? Now, let me stop here for a minute. Watch this. When you hear things like this, right?
Black power. We are here today for Black Americans who have a lineage in this country, who built this country. We are the Black Americans that have a lineage that built this country.
Now, this is El Geronimo Pratt Gun Club, and the sister is yelling that we are the Black Americans that built this country. But listen, though.
Off of blood, sweat, and tears in the midst of terror. We want our reparations, damn it!
That's not how you get reparations. And emotional driven charges will never get us anywhere. We need intellectuals to understand how this system works and attack this system the way that it has worked around the world. You hear what I said? Around the world. Around the world. Listen. This is El Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. Now, how do they get involved in the reparations argument? I thought they were a gun club. Gun clubs do this too? And they talking about that the immigrants got to get out, but they're being chauffeured by the police. Like I'm for true liberation without a doubt. I'm for true liberation without a doubt. And I'm not going to play the game. I mean, I'm not going to play the game as if I don't notice that one is being chauffeured by the police. They're being chauffeured by the police to do a march. They're being chauffeured by the police. Talking about the immigrants need to get out. This doesn't make sense to me. How do you, for all intents and purposes, how do you scream at immigrants to get out the country being chauffeured by the police? And you're a gun club. Like, now, come on, how does all this make sense? And you're using the Tariq Nasheed ticket of lineage. I'm just saying. What I'm saying, somebody say, how is that different from the Proud or the Proud Boys? Family, who cares what they're doing? I'm telling you that this looks like some type of operation to redirect our people from that which is important. Like we're being redirected. And it's clear that we're being redirected. Watch this. Our brothers and sisters out there marching, right? Watch this. Our brothers and sisters out there marching. Look at this.
Hey, reparations now. Take your ass home. That's right, that part. You and your grandkids.
Republicans.
Today, reparations now. Take your ass home.
When have we ever marched up the street talking about take your butt home? And they're talking to them. Hold up. And again, when have we ever done this? This doesn't even fit the narrative of anything we ever done. Listen to this.
Immigration itself. But we do have a problem with illegal immigration because a lot of times jobs are taken away from black people.
Somebody said leave Tariq out of this. What I'm saying is they're taking Tariq narrative. They're taking Tariq narrative. We definitely, I'm talking about FBA, I'm talking about the FBI, and I'm talking about Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. You know what I'm saying? The vid is not loading. Hold on. Let me load it up.
With immigration itself.
Let me see. Brother said the vid is not loading. Let's see if I can do it like this.
But we do have a problem with illegal immigration because a lot of times jobs are taken away from black people because of illegal immigration. If you go into subdivisions, brand new build subdivisions, all the employees who work there are Mexicans. There's no black people that work there.
Let me stop there. I hope y'all can hear this. The brother says, if you go to dude, I'm not lying. You sound like an op. This is to get your page up. Yeah, I'm trying to get my page up, but I'm telling facts too. This is my opinion though. Let me get him up here. I'm an op because I disagree with you. See? Let me get this slave real quick. Come on up here, slave. Let me get this slave up here real quick. Come on, slave. FBA soldier, get up here, slave. Get up here, slave. You just a puppet. You just a puppet. You know what I mean? The next new thing, you'll be on it again. The next new thing, you'll be up on it again. Let me keep on going until you can hit the link. Hit the link now. And I'm going to keep going. Talk about some op because I disagree with you. All right, slave. Get on up here, slave. Get on up here, slave, and I'm going to whoop you because that's what slaves like. That's what slaves like. Now, with that being said, I ain't letting you in sincere to love God. I'm waiting on this brother. You can come in a minute. You respectful. Now, let's go. Now, with that being said, you can hold on till I finish. Sincere to love God. Now, let me get back right here real quick. So all of those that's marching down the road, acting as if they're FBA, then would Garvey be a tether? Because surely he tried it in Jamaica and it didn't work. Surely he tried it in Jamaica and it didn't work. But when he came to the United States, it actually worked. And what I mean worked, he was able to unite people and move on one accord. Let me get one at a time. I disagree with you and all of a sudden. Let me see. What's up, Michael Davis?
Islam, GS. How you doing, brother?
Well, I'm doing well, man. You know, it's funny to me. It's funny to me how we can disagree and all of a sudden I'm an op because I disagree. Prove me wrong.
Facts. I tried to come on your show the other day and my phone was acting up or whatever, but I wanted to say that you spot on. I don't have any issues with any of the other people because I don't really know them. I like the facts that you present. Interestingly enough, what you put out, I remember back when President Obama, when he first was running against Hillary Clinton, I remember they did a show on PBS when they were headed down in Texas, like in Southwest area, and then they did a show about how the Latinos, the Hispanic, that community and the Black community, and they gave a little history lesson of how they were at odds, how that became about, and they were basically saying that in many of the communities, let's say there were 11 seats open for the community, for whatever district offices or whatever. They would only have one office, one position, and the Blacks and the Latinos had to fight for it, and that caused tension in the communities, and that reverberated throughout history, and it came to what it is now. And sometimes when I hear people say things like what you just played out, that's what it seems like. It's like, I remember a comedian saying, "Can't no Hispanic just walk up and say, 'Give me that job, I'm about to take it.' Give me that. I want that job, or I'm gonna beat you up." Like that's not how that works. A lot of the jobs are things that we just would not do. Even if they paid us money, we not doing those jobs.
Brother, we live in a world of entitlement. We think that we are entitled to something. And that's one of the major problems. We live in a world of entitlement. Yes, we've been oppressed. Yes, we've been taken advantage of. Yes, we've had the boot on our neck. Yes, all of these things are true. However, all of the things that this European has done, the atrocities that he's committed, there's no way he's letting up.
Right.
This is another philosophical agenda. And what I mean by philosophical, he's using a philosophy that he's done all the time. Divide and conquer. If we wanted to really get ahead, we will focus on our agenda, and all those like-minded people come together and executed. But this
I
is
agree.
propaganda. This is just
I agree.
propaganda. It's surface propaganda at best. It's
I agree.
propaganda, because all of this hooping and hollering on Twitter, a brother always say, "Oh, you wouldn't come to Twitter space with that." No, because it's surface propaganda. I'm not going to Clubhouse, going back and forth with you about surface propaganda. When you want to see something move for real, like-minded people will be on the ground moving for what they say that they believe in.
Right. One of the things I do at my job, like one of the things I used to I tell the groups of people that I'm kind of over in what we do to try to get some things accomplished. I'm like, I study, I just say it out front. I study my enemy. I look at history and I study it, and I understand how things work. So when they make rules and regulations and all these different things, I'm like, we don't do what they tell us to do. We do what they do.
Bro,
That's how you get ahead. You do what they do.
let me say this. You know what? I'm looking at the brother. He said, that's cap. Black Americans did all those jobs. Let me tell you something. Okay, let you have that. But let me tell you something. When will we start creating our own jobs? When will we start creating a service that someone wants to pay for? When will we start creating a product someone wants to buy? When will we start bogarting through the market and through the industry and make our presence known instead of crying in Twitter spaces?
GS, Grand Sheet, I'm with you all the way, but I would pose this question, and for anybody that just think about this: how many men and women, brothers and sisters, would actually be down south in the hot heat and pick strawberries? I don't give a daggone how much money they're gonna pay you. How many doing that?
And
Every day, all day. We not doing that.
I ain't throwing no watermelons, because guess what? I got other talents that I can employ to take care of myself and my family. Period, point blank. And I'm going to find a way. Let me tell you something. Baltimore is a hustler city. It's a guy that's been on the corner for over 10, 15 years selling socks. He's on that same corner every single day. He never leaves that corner. Why? He's able to take care of his family, and he's comfortable with doing that. See, when we really want to eat, we'll stop crying and go eat. When we really want to get ahead, we'll stop crying and go get ahead. You see what I'm saying? But what we do is we look for somebody to agitate our emotions and their baseless arguments that do have some sort of standing and crying and pleading for the slaveholder to help us out. That's what it's really about. I want the slaveholder to help me out. Why are you giving them bubble gum and I can't have any bubble gum? Why are you giving them this and I can't have that? Well, you are a free person. You can go out here and get it like you live. Get it how you live. Go get it from the mud.
Well, I agree with you. I think that
don't let the system get away. Still fight the system. But if you're gonna put it on a priority, you prioritize from getting it from the mud with organized mind. And then you follow up. You're charging the system. Holding the system accountable. That's the problem.
Well, and again, and I don't want to hold, because I know you have a show and I know it may be others. I will simply say this. For some reason at this point, we've come accustomed to just saying and yelling and believing that if I yell Black Power Duff, that I'm actually doing something. And that's never what Black Power is about. It's not about yelling it and screaming and doing all that. It's about being. It's about being that. It's the political, it's the economic moves. It's like like every country does this. It's like we don't have to go far to study these things. It's how you get ahead. This is how you deliver this thing. It's not going to be with a bullhorn marching saying this. That's not how you get it. You come and you play the game that the same way they do it. That's how we do it. We execute it. Because right now we look crazy because it's like we just running up and down the street. That's not how we do things. That's not how you going to accomplish anything. And that's not how people accomplish it in the civilized world. And we are the civilizers. So it's almost like we give way to, like, that's white people. I thought we was the one that invented all of this. So now we just gonna let that be their thing now. It's like we got to make up our mind. But GS, I appreciate your time. I know you got more Islam to you. Continue to do your thing, brother. You got my back, and I'm in Naptown. So you know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you do, brother. My man. My man. Peace and blessings.
Peace, family. So listen, at the end of the day, right, what I'm trying to say is that I'm looking for more organization and more execution. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna get Digital Pit Boss here too. Let me get everybody else here first. All right, Michael J, are you in the building? FBA soldiers in the building.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Come on, break it down for me, brother. Are you the one that say I'm the op?
Hey, listen, man. I mean, your talking points.
What?
I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like
what part makes me the op, and let me respond.
All right, listen, G. Check game, man. I know you know about the gods and the earths. I know you know about the Papacy Nation.
All right.
I know you know about getting that knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding.
Come on.
Okay.
I want to know what makes me the op. That's what I want to know, so I can respond.
So the thing that I'm not saying you are op. I'm saying that your talking points.
Give me one of the talking points. Give me an example so I can respond.
You when you say it was when you was making an example of the brothers out there marching, standing up for reparations, and then you was pointing out certain shit that really it don't matter. It's the fact that those brothers out there are fighting.
Brother, let me
They're
finish.
standing on the ground.
I want to respond.
Go ahead, brother.
I can only tell you about me. If
Go ahead.
Let me tell you how I would roll.
Yes, sir.
If I'm going to march or I'm going to move on an agenda, there will be no police. Number one. Or I'm not going out there to represent my people. That's it. I'm not going out there claiming that I'm standing for something and I'm getting police support when those are the original slave catchers. I don't want your support. I don't want it. That is compromise at best. Now, for those who are screaming black power, no justice, no peace, and they get the police to escort them, why should any thoroughbred young blood brother take them serious? By taking that serious? So that makes me a op because I want to go raw and real, and everybody else want to be escorted. I just want to be raw and real.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
I want to pull up with real soldiers and say this is what it is.
Well, you know what, God? Listen. I remember, man, I used to watch you when you were getting on that boy Grandmaster J.
He did the same thing.
Listen what I'm saying. Because he pulled up on some real shit.
No, he didn't.
No, what I'm saying is the way he was presenting himself, he pulled up on some like, hey, we out there, we gonna make something happen. That was his whole thing.
Bro, did you see the
Go ahead.
Did you see the video where that was orchestrated, where the police walked them through the paths of the travel?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That was questionable.
Did you hear the phone calls where he said he arranged these meetings to tell them where to go and what they were doing and how much people they?
Yes, I did. I did. This, but this is grassroots. And you dealing with brothers out there and sisters out there that probably this is their first pull up. They don't know that, you know, a lot. Look, I did a lot of pull-ups, brother. I'm a revolutionary. I'm a soldier. I've been doing it.
If you communicate with the enemy and tell them your whole strategy.
You're breaking up, God. You're breaking up.
I said you can't be a revolutionary if you communicate with the enemy and you tell him your whole strategy.
Well, nah, listen, man. Well, let me tell you something.
I don't know if that was you, but I'm just saying Grandmaster J is nowhere near a revolutionary.
No, he ain't. No, He's not, but I'm using that as an example of his aggression toward the United States government, which was a policy, which was bullshit.
Bro, that was fake. That wasn't real.
I know. I know. I know.
At the same time.
But you saw the response.
No, the response is the response because most likely he went too far and went rogue.
Okay, well,
but you don't get permission. You don't get permission and then be a threat at the same time, because now you know all their secrets, and now they have put you in position to change the trajectory, and you then went left, and now you find yourself where you at.
That's right. That's right. But that's what I'm talking about. You got Asian provocateurs, and then you have real revolutionaries. Then you have people out there.
You being a real revolutionary.
You know what I mean?
If you being a real revolutionary, if it's
yes,
time
sir.
to pull up, are you going to set a march and have bands and police to escort you, or are you going to call the team to pull up?
Well, let me tell you something, man. We marched out in Washington, D.C. I was with African internationalist organization called the Uhuru Movement. Okay, we marched in Washington, and we had to have police escort. We had to have that. No, this is what I'm trying to say.
Bro, hold on. I don't have a problem with marching with police. I'm not going to march with police. You know what I'm saying?
No. We're not marching with police. We're listen. What we're telling you is that we had to get the police. We had to get that. It was no way we could just pull up out there. They was gonna have to. We had to get that to make it legal. And to make it more effective, we had to do it. That don't mean we with the police.
No. Listen what I'm saying. I'm saying that at this stage of the game, with all the police murders, I'm not going to be. I will show up to support a brother like you, but I would not organize any march communicating with police. I'm just not.
No, listen to what I'm telling you, God. The law tells you. Listen. If I'm going to listen, I did the Sandra Bland march out here in Texas. Okay,
nothing wrong with that, brother. I'm just saying
we had to have the police.
Listen,
we had to have them.
Listen to me. It's okay if that's how you moving, but when you start talking stuff like, "Watch the roof, look up there."
No, but no, listen.
Like you ready to rock and roll? That's no longer now. You're perpetrating. If you're going to march, there ain't nothing wrong with that. So let me clarify what I'm saying.
Go ahead, brother.
If you're going to march, but don't start marching acting like you're ready to go to war on a battlefield.
I feel that. Now, that's Asian provocateur shit.
What I'm saying, because
we're there.
There's nothing
wrong.
Let me tell you something, man. That's what you're doing. But let me know that that's what you're doing.
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you, man. I understand what you're saying. You got Asian provocateurs out there trying to start some shit, cause then you got people out there trying to get exposure to the community and to the world to get the information out there. I understand that, brother. Trust me. But you have
with marching. It's nothing wrong with marching.
It's not about. Let me tell you something. Marching is not about marching. It's about getting the media out there.
Don't come out there talking about, you're going to kidnap and burn down a building.
Who did that? Who did that? Who did that, God? Like, who did that? Who did that in the FBA? I don't believe that no FBA went out there with some good.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying if it's going to be a march, let it be a march so you can get the media coverage and you can let your presence be known. But don't start talking killer aggressive when you know you're just marching.
Who did that? Who did that?
Man,
like within FBA, who done it? Who did that?
Listen, watch this. So
who did that?
Because of illegal immigration. If you go.
Hold up 1 second. You see this?
Go ahead, man.
Let me screen share this real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
You see this brother right here?
Your screen is frozen, brother. I don't see nothing.
Do you see this brother Nick Bezel?
No, I don't. Your screen is straight frozen, bro.
For real?
Yeah. I can't. I don't see nothing. Like your shit frozen. Maybe it's my phone, man. I got supreme hot Wi-Fi, so maybe it's your screen.
Hold up. Can everybody see me right now? Press 7 if you can see me. Everybody said they can see me. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna just add
Okay, go ahead, G.
It's a guy named Nick Bezel, right?
Subdivision.
Hold up, let me pull it up. It's a guy named Nick Bezel.
Yeah.
And the guy Nick Bezel, let me cut this off real quick. The guy Nick Bezel, he was running with Malik Zulu Shabazz, and they had a couple marches, Tulsa March, et cetera, et cetera. Well, one of the last ones they did in Mississippi, they walked inside of the district attorney office, and the district attorney people told him to come at a certain time, so he didn't show up at a certain time. And he's talking between the door, talking about, yeah, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back, talking this tough talk, right? Knowing he ain't been back yet. That's been about 6-7 months ago, whatever the case may be. About a brother being shot at by Europeans while he was delivering for, I think, FedEx or something like that. But they went down there, they posed all of this fuss that they're going to approach these Europeans, that they, you know what I mean, rah, 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 rah. But then when they get there, it ain't the rah, 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 rah. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, because you're going to get these young guns who are our true soldiers knocked off. So if you're going to march, march. But don't do rah-rah when you ain't really built for none of that smoke. And
so let me ask you a question, G. Let me ask you a question, G. Listen, man, I call myself FBA soldier because you know what? I fight for Black Americans, okay? I've been fighting for Black Americans all my life. I feel like I've been doing it ever since I became conscious of who I was, when I got knowledge of myself. I started off as a Pan-Africanist, okay?
Right.
I've been in and out of organizations, and you know, I was with the Uhuru movement, which is it's not a Pan-African organization. It's an African internationalist organization. So you understand that, right? You understand that, right? So that it's not encouraged to leave your country to come here. No, we encourage you to fight in your land against white supremacy, because we know that white supremacy is all over the world. Listen, listen, I understand what you're talking about, like your whole shit. I understand that, brother. But the thing is the reason why, hold on, bro. But the reason why FBA are delineating is because we have to distinguish ourselves as a particular lineage in this country.
But that's not a lineage, though. Understand what I'm saying?
No, it is a lineage, because we are brand new people who we created through circumstances, slavery.
It's not a brand new people, it's a brand.
No, it's not a brand, brother.
Bro,
what it is it's a classification, the reclassification of us, because so many immigrants. This is why the immigration deal is coming up, because there's a lot of immigrants coming over here, African, Latino, and all other people, Indian, and they're coming over here and they're saying people of color. No.
Listen. This is the reason
why.
This is the reason why. Most people that come from African countries or come from other countries that look like us and may not look like us totally, they come here for the same reason that we should be doing.
No. They come over here. Listen, they come over here. Yes, they're coming over here looking for a better opportunity, but they come over here and shit on us. But if you so good, why you didn't build up your own country? Why you didn't? Look, if your ass is so goddamn hard working, why you didn't go build up your own country? Why you, if you so better than us, we built this country. Okay, that's no shadow of a doubt.
Bro, listen. There's more opportunity here.
No, it's not. Bro, it's not. Actually, that's a lie.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I know people in Africa, South America, whatever. Their perception when one comes to America that this is the land of milk and honey. That if they get here, they're going to be all right.
Right.
That's their concept. And
who gave them that concept?
Hold up, brother. Hold up.
Okay, pardon me.
Now, if you had that concept and where you were at was not as good of where you could be, you would do the same thing.
No, because Black Americans did not do that.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Say it.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
finish real quick. Our people on the African continent was migrating people. We went from tribe to tribe trading. We went where the good was getting and the getting was good.
They were nomads.
Let me finish though.
Okay.
Those who stayed stationary, the tribe had some sort of caravan to make sure that they can reach the opportunities. So now, let me finish. We are in a fight for resources. Even till this day, we are in a fight for resources. So instead of trying to get them to move out the country, you outwork them and they will, by default, fall off. Screaming, give us reparations, screaming, go back to your country. You know that's not going to happen. So the only objective is to get people to understand that you got to outwork the competition. That's it. Game over.
That's not. But I'm gonna explain something. Let me explain something to you, brother.
They're not going nowhere.
When these people come over here,
there we go.
These illegal immigrants. Okay, listen. When these listen, I'm from Texas, man. I'm from Texas. Huh?
Bro, you can't. Bro, listen. This is the game of life. The rules are made as we go along.
That's invasion. These motherfuckers are invading.
Bro,
America.
Going nowhere. So now what? Keep screaming, go home?
No. Wait a minute. Hold up. See, now this is where we have to understand something. We have power. We have power, brother.
Where?
Okay, listen. We have power.
Speaking and talking, where the power?
Our power is in our vote, and they know that. Listen, man. This is why they spend $2 million campaigns on trying to destroy a small group of people.
Bro,
bro, listen, they spend. Bro, listen. You know how much money they spend,
bro? Listen,
on trying to stop us, bro. Do you do?
What I'm saying though.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Since you know that, you are privy to this information.
Yes, right? Sir.
You are privy to this information.
I was born a revolutionary, brother.
Talking about it is not going to change it.
No, we doing something about it. This is why you had those.
Screaming FBA don't do nothing, bro.
No, okay. Well, this is why. Okay, listen. Okay, listen. In the civil rights movement. Okay, listen. In the civil rights movement. Listen.
And you ain't coming up with solutions. You're just complaining. That's all.
No, I'm not. No. We got solutions. We are using what our ancestors left us with to do this. But now listen. But we are way more on code than they ever were in the 60s. Let's get that straight. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up, brother. Listen to what I'm telling you. We are using the tactics, which is a part of strategy, is to get. Wait a minute. Listen. We are using the media. Like people, we are using social platforms. Hold up. Oh, man.
All right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. We are using social platforms. They wouldn't have never known about the FBA if it weren't for Twitter, Facebook. Hold up.
What you're saying?
It got to start from somewhere, brother.
Bro, let me tell you something. Do you know what you're saying?
Go ahead, man.
They would have never knew about Black Power if it wasn't for CNN.
No. They destroyed Black Power. See, they destroyed Black Power, and they made sure. Listen,
context, brother. Context.
They made sure.
Context, brother.
Okay, all right.
They would have never known about Black Power if it wasn't for CNN, MSNBC.
No. They would have never known about Black Power if it went from James.
I gotta mute you, bro. I gotta finish my statement. They would have never known about Black Power if it wasn't for the media of that day. And that media was used to perpetuate a concept and an idea that ultimately got us nowhere. And so today, the ideals of Black power is dead unless somebody resurrected. Today, we have social media. Today, we have social media. We have Twitter. We have IG. So of course, it's still media. So the only way people will know that it gains steam, social media is one of the most controlled media ever manifested on the planet. They control the algorithms. They could shut down FBA from a social media perspective overnight if they wanted to. Don't be fooled to believe that you control the algorithms. You do not control the algorithms. I do not control the algorithms. What they want to be popular, it will be. What they don't want to be popular, it won't be. That's just period, point blank. But the question is, and I'm going to unmute you, where is the grassroots movement? And you might say, well, you sound like an agent. We're not going to show you because it doesn't exist, brother. Now the floor is yours.
Peace, God. Listen, I respect your opinion, brother. I really do. I can understand why you will question something that has taken off so fast, so quick.
Not taking off. It's only a social media thing.
No. It started off.
Let me ask you a question. Have
Go
you
ahead.
ever met Tariq Nasheed?
Say what?
Have you ever met Tariq Nasheed?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so what do you mean by taking off? Just because everybody's
what I mean is it's not necessarily Tariq Nasheed's movement. It's not his movement.
He coined the phrase. What do you mean? Somebody say, respectfully, GS, don't you have an online temple? Yep, I have an online temple that is the catalyst to get on the ground. I got temple on the ground too. But with that being said,
yes, sir.
And I think the online is important. Absolutely. But I don't believe that's the end all be all. And I believe that anything can get popular online. But what I'm asking you is that if it's not a Tariq Nasheed movement, right?
Yes, sir.
But it is a movement, you say, or it's a lineage, right?
It's a lineage, and it has became like a movement.
The internet, brother. That's all. It just became the talk of the internet.
Okay.
On the internet, at different periods of time, there's a lot of talk of different things on the internet. You follow?
Okay, well, let me explain something. I'm gonna explain something. Okay, we're living in a new age, brother. We're living in different times. We're not living like we were. I'm 47 years old. We're probably like the same age. We're not living in those times where it was like we had newspapers, we had newsletters and stuff like that where we would pass out and go house to house. We're living in a new era. And I'm gonna tell you something. I got OGs. Listen, I got OGs, brother, that was in the Black Panther Party. And they told me, they say you can't rely on social media because they just shut that shit down anytime. I know what you're talking about. But the thing about it, hold up, wait. But the thing about it, but you gotta start somewhere. You can't. Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is they control it. So to give yourself credit from a social media perspective is a disservice, because true credit is going to come to movement of the ground and moving the meter just a little bit.
But okay, but you looking at the negative side.
No. I'm giving you the angel's advocate side. That I understand that every year I've been doing social media for about 5 years, and I see them rise, I see them fall like worthless babbles of day. We're worthless Bibles in the stream. They rise and they fall. You got Black Lives Matter, then they rise and then it fall. You got ADOS, rise, then it fall. You got FBA, it's rising now.
Okay, well, the question,
because it's not structured.
The question is for you to understand that the foundational Black American is a lineage, brother. That's all. We had to delineate because listen, hold on, wait. You keep cutting me off. I can't finish my statement. because I'm trying to get you to understand something. Is that we as Black Americans had to delineate, brother. We had to do this.
Where did you learn that word from? When did you first start using that word?
I'm gonna tell you something. At first, it was Native Black American for me because let me tell you. Wait.
I'm asking, when did you start using that word delineate?
Delineate. Listen.
Where did you get that word?
Recently,
and you know why? Because all of this is recent. And
no. Well, hold on, wait. Not necessarily so. Because see, my mother, we are Native Americans.
Oh,
like we're Seminole. Wait.
You're following a social media culture.
No, it's not. No, it's not, brother. No, it's not. It's an awareness. It's aware. It's like, you know what? When you are a part of an awakening, sometimes.
Michael J, I want you to stay on, but let me get everybody in here.
I mean, listen, brother. Hey, listen.
I wasn't going to let him in because
you won't
got slick on the live stream, and I never got slick with him. But anyway,
okay, brother, you gotta let me finish my statement, man. Please.
Go ahead, brother. But I'm letting everybody in.
And then I want you to let everybody in. I'm gonna say this one statement, and then I'm done, bro. It's obvious. The fact that Black Americans are delineating is because a lot of people are coming in to this country.
Can you break down delineate for us, though? What do you mean?
The delineate is to separate yourself by lineage from other people within your nationality. Period. Anybody can be American. You can be, look. Anybody could be an American. You know what I mean? Like they come over, you got African American. Anybody could be an African American, but we are the original. We are the foundation of America. We built this country. We didn't come over here. Listen, we didn't come over here. Our people, most of our people were already here. Some of our people
that don't hold no weight if you ain't doing nothing today. Who cares?
But we are doing it.
No.
But the fact is that if we don't get the support from those.
No, give me the link. Show me.
You talking to, listen, man, we got gardeners, man. Listen, bro.
Give me the link. Show me.
I'm going to show you, brother. I'm going to send you a link. I'm going to keep in contact with you, brother. And then I'm going to show you some things.
Somebody's doing something and you say they FBA. That's our colleague.
Yes. But they may not claim it.
You want this smoke, man.
Bro, that's what you did. You
showed me this smoke, man. I'm on.
Hold up. You got next. He showed me something that somebody else did, and he attached FBA to it. I went.
No.
Let me finish.
That means that their lineage comes from slavery.
Listen, brother.
Look, Elijah Muhammad.
Bro, listen.
He FBA.
FBA is a tethers group now. Because this is why tethering of other people's success, and just because one was here before and after the slave trade, and that associated with that, you say they FBA, but FBA is a lineage that has been coined by Tariq Nasheed, and now people identify with that.
No.
With it. You say they
it's
FBA.
Logic. It's logic, brother. It's logic.
Bro,
look, look, check this out. Check this out. In the nation of gods and earths, the knowledge degree, it says, who is the original man?
Say it. Now, what's the answer?
The original man is the Asiatic black man.
Okay, and with that in notes,
the maker, the owner. Hold up.
You just kicked yourself in the foot.
Oh my God. Okay.
The original black man is the Asiatic black man.
That's right.
You know what that means? That
means that we all came from Asia.
That Asia is a big continent. That Asia is a continent of many tribes. That Asia is a continent of many countries. That Asia is a conglomerate, not a little boxed up people.
No. We all came.
That would be like somebody from Asia saying that I'm Foundation Asiatic. What?
No. You're not understanding what I'm saying. We all came from all black people came from there. Okay.
So why separate yourself now?
Because we are a different people. Lineage. Just like you have, you got Haitians, you got Jamaicans. They're black, but they're Jamaican. Their lineage come from where they're from.
I'm gonna tell you now.
They can do it. Listen, you ain't got no smoke for them. Listen, Tariq. Listen, you won't have no smoke for no Jamaicans talking about, well, I'm Jamaican. You ain't got no smoke for them, but they Haitian. But when you say you foundational Black Americans, you got some smoke for that.
Why? Let me tell you why. I'm about to tell you why.
Please tell me, brother. Please tell me.
I'm about to tell you why. It's because they respect their culture in which they subscribe to.
We respect our culture. No, brother. They disrespect. Listen, they talk
Hey, bro. Stop screaming, man. Shoot, we all right here. Stop screaming.
I'm a Moorish American, right? And the designation of Moorish American implies that I'm descendants of Northwest Africans known as the Moors. And it's a vast history that comes with that. It doesn't begin here in the Americas. Also, it refers to the lineage of those in the Americas before the Europeans. So I identify with that. But I also understand that we have been spread out around the planet by the way of the slave trade. So I'm not going to follow the European ideal as he separated and took some from Northwest, Southwestern shores of Africa, and he dropped some off in South America, and he dropped some off in Australia, he dropped some off in England, he dropped some off here in the United States, and now all of a sudden today I want to be so different from them. That's not what I want to do. What I would try to do, my efforts would be to try to influence them, enlighten them, to let them know that we are one people and we're stronger together than separate. You can still do your separate thing as a Jamaican. You can still do your separate thing as a Haitian, but we're stronger together than apart. With that being said, that means that this European is winning, because that was the game plan to the begin with, is to show the difference. And then work the difference. He worked the difference. And now we're working it. Now we're the gift that keep on giving. We're working the difference for him. He don't have to do it no more. Now we're doing it for ourselves. Like, we can still be different. We can still be different. There's no problem with that. We can still be different. But if we put most of our energies to focus on what we're working towards, to get this out of our system, to get up out of this system, to build businesses, to build industry, to do that, if we put more energy in that than these hours on this, that's different. That's different. I don't see that. I hear a bunch of Twitter talk. I hear a bunch of YouTube talk. And so I'm in the conversation too, and I'm going to give a bunch of YouTube talk on it too. And that don't mean that I'm an op or I'm a sellout. I just believe that the European agenda has always been divide and conquer. And so now you become the work. You do the work for the slaveholder now. You do the work for the slaveholder. He don't have to do it no more. You come up with all of these scenarios. They take the resources. They take this and they take this. What you taking? Go take something. Go take something. Now, what you taking? You ain't taking nothing. You ain't taking nothing. You're crying about what somebody else taking. Go take something. What's up?
He taking everything, man.
You ain't taking nothing.
He's taking everything. You already knew that. He's taking everything. You already knew that. Let's get to the agenda. Let's get to the agenda. Let's get to the agenda. I've been trying to hear Moore's world political agenda all night, but here's our political agenda right here. So let's read through it.
All right, who wrote this first?
Reparation is exiting the two
parties. Hold up. We need to know the author first. Who's the author?
The author is me, Khalif the Reparationist.
You're the author. Okay. Listen to me.
Hey, I got a couple questions for the reparations.
Hold up. I'm gonna let you rock. You're the author, and what constituents do you represent?
What do you mean? I'm not an elected official, bro.
No, you do have some constituents. You have a support group. You have somebody that's following you that's going to work this plan.
The people who I'm targeting, or the people that I'm giving this out to, is Black Americans in the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, so this is just an idea.
Nah, this is no.
That's not a plan.
That's the spin. This is the political agenda. This is the political agenda. I'm not gonna let you do that. This is the political agenda that we created.
You can't have a political agenda without a political organization.
Again.
Other than that, that's fluff.
Again, this is the political agenda.
Let me put him in the pressure box.
That was created by CBAT USA. This political agenda
That's
was
fluff.
created
You
by
don't have an organization, nor do
CBACUSA.org.
you have a political party. That's
Come on,
fluff.
man.
Brother,
Come on.
I can type up something
Hold
like that and say, here is my political agenda. That's fluff, man.
Go ahead.
That's fluff.
You gonna
Anybody
babble
can
all
do
night,
that.
you gonna let
Come
folks
on,
talk.
digital pitbull.
Let me
Go
know.
ahead.
I can slide. I can jump off because I got
Okay,
the agenda
no,
right here.
stay on reparations. I got some questions for
What's
you.
your concept?
I got
Now
some
let's hear
questions
it
for
because
you.
we've been trying to hear the Moore's World of political agenda all
Okay,
night.
I got you.
But here's the political agenda that everybody that's FBA supports.
All right, let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
Let's go.
He gonna speak for all FBA. He ain't even never met Tariq Nasheed.
Reparationists support Reconstructionist candidates who agree that America must finish the job of freedmen reconstruction and fight for reparations that American freedmen deserve. We all agree to that. You know that. That's why you smiling. Reparationists support
because somebody sounds super.
Reparationists support higher American first candidates. Why? Because they've been hiring illegal immigrants, and that's against the grain. You're not supposed to hire illegal people. Let's go next. Let's take it a step further because I know you don't know this. Reparationists support people who support the 1997 Jordan immigration reforms. You don't know what that is because I know you don't know politics like that, but I'm just going to laugh it off. But that 1997 Jordan immigration, Barbara Jordan for that may be, she was the woman who put in standards for immigration because it was no standards. That's why you saw a curve from 1997 up until about 2010, 2008 rather, when your good friend Obama got in. I don't know, you might like Obama because we delineated from him. We don't bang with him no more. Let's go next. Reparationists support politicians who are developing the Freedmen's Bureau. You're in opposition of the Freedmen's Bureau, the redevelopment of that. And I spoke about this last time, but we're gonna get into it, man. What's next? Reparationists do not support the lineage. My bad, I'm reading it off. Hold on.
You're nervous.
Hey, are you building a lawsuit? Are you building a lawsuit or are you building political action?
Hold on. We cooking in here real quick because he trying to jump to the next subject because he never heard this stuff before. That's what it is. You never heard this before. That's why you
cooking on low heat, bro.
When you bring somebody new to something, they've never heard it before. So let me just get rid of the paper.
Tell you something. Please get yourself around people who are more intelligent than you.
I've been trying. That's why I'm on
you.
When you are around people who are less intelligent than you, it make you appear like you're talking something really.
Listen, man, I'm gonna let it see Moore's World political agenda.
What you did was you went on a computer and you printed out some stuff and you're saying it represents.
This is what I created.
Let me finish. If I bring out another FBA, they will say something different from what you're saying, and it may even be similar, but it won't be categorically the same.
That's because it's not an organization.
Hey, let me ask you: are you building a class action lawsuit, or are you just trying to derive some type of political perspective?
Man, this is social media games.
Who you asked?
No. Let it answer it because I'm gonna take you somewhere.
So the answer to you, brother, is this. No, this isn't social media games where he said, yes, there will be legal lawsuits, but this is also to create legislation, right? To also get boots on the ground, because you have to have this thing called populism. You have to rally the troops. You can't just go to Black Americans and say, yo, we need you to do this. Yo, we need you to Nah, it gotta make sense to people. So
you said ain't no leader though. You be a leader.
So listen,
what's the name of the war?
If you're building a lawsuit, who is your target to sue?
The municipality of Philadelphia and the state of Pennsylvania, also the United States government.
How many people you have
So check this out. So did you see the clip with Don Lemon and the British royal lady that came on the show?
Yeah, that's cool. What that got to do with this?
Okay, because see, your argument has already been brought forth over the decade.
It hasn't.
Okay. So according to you, it hasn't, right? But reparations argument been around for decades.
Reparations is not a legal lawsuit. That's a piece of legislation that's a piece of legislation in the executive order.
I get what you're saying, but I get what you're saying.
But are y'all fighting in reparations? Because that's the question. Because
that you're misleading people. Because reparations is a lawsuit.
They've been saying you've been misleading people. So what you talking about?
Let me just lead him somewhere real quick to Harvey.
Go ahead. I ain't gonna say nothing now.
So what the British royal lady said to Don Lemon, right? as he tried to present, his perspective of, the people are crying out for reparations. It's a legitimate question that needs to be put on the table. So the lady, she said, well, I agree with you. So if you're gonna go for reparations, you have to begin at the beginning, right? So the beginning of you feeling like the slavery and there's something owed to you, it starts from the continent of Africa, where you was first stolen by other Africans and then sold off into slavery. So now when you get into
You're giving
court,
me church, bro.
huh?
You're giving me church right now.
It doesn't matter.
Can I respond to that trash?
Get to your point.
Hold on. Let me finish the trash before you take it out, right? Let me fill up the trash can, because I've been in the conscious community. You said you was a bastard of the conscious community.
Yeah, because the conscious community ain't do shit for black people. Black people
you're not gonna do nothing in your entire existence on social media.
I'm not on social media, so that's
wherever you at.
I'm laughing at you.
Where are you then? If you ain't on social
media,
everywhere.
I'm everywhere. I'm
okay.
global.
So
I'm gonna meet him in Philadelphia. We gonna see on the ground.
Yeah.
I want to see his movement.
Yeah, we gonna chop it.
Cool. Like, I mean, he can go out.
Good peoples though. I mean, I like his passion. I'm passionate too. I like his passion.
Yeah,
I would love to come to Philadelphia and see his movement. Now he asked me, Digital Pit Boss. Let me say this. He asked me, what's the Moorish political plan?
Yeah, I'm curious.
I'm about to tell you right now. I gave you a piece of it the other day. I told you. I'm gonna talk slow because somebody else said this on here. Somebody in the chat said it. So we have a place called Unity Hall here in Baltimore. It's what we would consider to be ground zero for organizing. All right, that's number one. The political aspect of the Moorish Science Temple of America that I'm spearheading and that we'll be pushing in the next, not this election, the next election is called the Alliance for Political Accountability. It's an auxiliary of the Moorish Science Temple of America, but anybody, as you would call FBA, will be able to participate and will participate because it will reward everybody at the end of the day.
Will it be a political action committee or a 501c4?
No. You got first. You got to understand what the Moorish Science Temple.
I'm just asking for the political component. What is it going to be?
No, listen to me. The Moorish Science Temple of America is a not-for-profit organization filed in Chicago under Heard's Provide statute. Look it up. It has nothing to do with this stuff that people are used to. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, but it will not be a 501c3. That's one thing. But now, it will be centered around organizing the locals and taking the districts where we are the most plentiful, taking them and turning them over to the people by the way of the consensus of the people. Now, the strategy to do that, I'm not going to lay it all out here. You know what I'm saying? But this is what the thing is. I've studied this for years. You know what I'm saying? And so I know without a doubt or contradiction, and I've seen the success of this process. So the political program of the Moorish Science Temple of America is to take over, and I'm not saying take over, push people out or anything like that. No, we're going to legitimately move politically and take our place in the affairs of men. And we are going to run our own first district. If we can run our own district, then maybe we can teach people to run the next district. Maybe we can repeat that around the country. You know what I'm saying? And so once you get yourself in power or have a representative in power, then you got your hand on the pen. You don't have to, as this person say, beg. You take.
You don't think. What do you think? What do you think is going on, bro?
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. I'm asking you. I just told you we have a place called Unity Hall. We have staff. We have staff. And we will be executing this within the next election cycle.
What, the 24 election or which election?
Midterms.
Okay.
Midterms. Yeah, midterms. So when I'm telling you, I can't give you everything. What I'm telling you is that this is not something that that I'm just throwing. I can't put too much out there. You know what I mean? But you would never hear me on social media screaming lies for political accountability, lies, because at first I want to put it on the ground and give an example so I can pass the blueprint out. So the example would be in the 1-5 zip code here in Baltimore. Once the example is successful, then I pass the blueprint out via social media. Without the example of the success, then I'm just doing what you're doing, just screaming over the internet. I can do that and talk about other topics. You see what I'm saying? But the whole thing is to create the blueprint, to create the example, let people see the success, and then people will join in on the success. Other than that, we're just screaming Black Power. We're screaming Islam. We're screaming Assalamu Alaikum. We're screaming all of these terminologies, and we ain't getting nowhere fast. That's just what it is.
He dipped on you, bro. Hey, can we get to some history of this fist? Because I heard the other day on one of the shows when you guys dealt with the flag, you know, they tried to revamp. Huh?
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and block this guy. I don't like disrespect, man. If you do, can come in taking shots like a fifi. Let me get my brother. Let me get Cryptonomics in real quick, and then you said something about the flag. I got you, Digital Pitballs. Let me get Crypt. Crypt, come on, Crypt. This is the conversation.
I mean, just real quick.
Let me say this, Crypt, before you go. I want to thank all the FBA brothers who covered it, because y'all know I get hyped. Y'all know I get heated. I just don't like the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna do my best. If I ever disrespect any brother in here, I know I get loud, I cut you off, but I'm never going to call you out your name. I'm never going to do anything like that, but I will respond aggressively if you do that to me. But this is why I can rock with my brother Khalif and a few other brothers. You know what I'm saying? Super Lover, whatever his name was, Super Lover God, he come straight in and just call me out my name. Man, I kicked him right out the chat. Like, no, we're not doing that, bro. Get out of here with that, bro. I mean, come on, man. We shouldn't get down like that, man. But with that being said, I just want to let you know that I do have an opinion. I don't agree with FBA just because it's not consistent with how things are reached. I mean, it's new. That don't mean it can't work. I would love
it's new.
Know enough,
it's
man.
new.
That's really what it is.
Well, no, we've heard enough because people are sitting. Well, yeah, we have, because I'm gonna lay it out right here.
Let's hear it.
1 minute y'all say you're FBA. Oh, but FBA is just a lineage. Okay, that's great. You just got a lineage. If you're fighting for reparations, where's your organization? And then what's the organization's name?
I went over that last week.
Well, how are you gonna get representation out of organization?
I went over that last week with the organizations, bro. You was on the call. You was the mod.
You're not gonna get anywhere without organization, because just like he said, you gotta have leadership. Who's the leader? You can't just run something on some census, 1956 census. That ain't gonna work.
Listen, man, I'm laughing because all of this, like, y'all haven't done the research on none of the stuff that's been going
You're
down.
not answering the question. You're not going to answer the question, though. That's a simple question for anybody fighting for any kind of political stance.
I can't answer a question of a faceless person. You gotta put your screen on, bro.
No, that's an excuse, bro. Don't cop out like that.
I don't know who you is. I know
don't cop out like that. You seen me on here before. You seen me on here before.
Huh?
You copping out now. That's real weak.
You're asking me an irrelevant question, right? So you're asking me an irrelevant question, and then you're a ghost. So how can you ask me an irrelevant question?
Well, why are you up here? Why are you up here then?
I was up here to talk to Tariq because Tariq is laying out stuff that's not true.
Okay, so you're not gonna talk to nobody else then. So Tariq, you can ask him the same question I just asked, since he can see you, and he's gonna play that little game. Where is the organization fighting for reparations? You can ask him that question. And they say there's no organization, which is ridiculous.
I laid out the organizations last week.
No, don't answer now. Don't answer now. You just said you weren't talking to me. So don't answer now.
Do you understand that there's not one nation that has not been organized? I'm talking about legitimately organized. Legitimately. What I mean legitimately, that there's a council, there's a staff, there's an agenda, there's a protocol. There is not one nation or organization that ever received reparations without that basic thing. Do you understand that?
I see. That's what I'm saying again. Are you familiar with the Japanese that got reparations? Did they have any of those stuff that you're talking about?
Absolutely. You just named the Japanese as a government.
The Japanese, they had a reparations task force 40 years
Okay,
ago.
that's an organization.
Right, and I just told you last week. The organization. No, you're not gonna do this. The organization lobbied to get that legislation, just like
I just said, brother.
And I just said last week that the organizations lobbied to get AB 3121. Google it.
Listen to me. I said there's not an organization or nation that haven't received that. That's what I said.
You said nation. You said
organization or nation. Listen to me. And so what I'm telling you is that because there's an organization that's lobbying, you feel me? That's lobbying for reparations. If anybody that lobby for reparations and you want to put the tag on them FBA is disingenuous.
See, now you just look, you going somewhere else now.
The reason why I'm saying you're going somewhere else claim FBA.
No, the reason why I'm saying that because reparations is a piece of legislation and it's something that's been constructed by people of the FBA lineage. Anything that you see in regards to reparations is coming out of the reparations movement. Many of those.
So if me and the Moors begin to move on reparations from a legal term, you're gonna latch yourself and say, "Oh, they FBA too."
Nah, see what's gonna happen is if y'all come into the reparation space, everybody that's on reparations is gonna be like, "Who that?" And then people gonna be like, "Oh, all right." They're gonna know because when y'all don't know,
you're gonna generally say I'm FBA because
everybody that's Black American is FBA.
Generally, but what I'm saying is my movement will have nothing to do with what you're doing on the internet. But you will still say that I'm FBA. You will still be rewarded, but I'll be like,
Grand C, ask them how are they verifying all these FBA people? How are you verifying that?
People verify how they verify. Again, that's a question.
That ain't even no answer, bro. Get off of here. You on some clown stuff now. If you're gonna answer like that, just get off. You're not even answering.
You know what we're doing.
Can we get to the political ideology behind it?
No, we can't get to it because he ain't even answering basic questions, bro. I mean, come on, that we gonna waste our time.
You know what this is, though? Let me tell you what this is. Let me get this with your boss. You know what this is, though, Khalif, for real. Let's be real, brother. There is nothing in place to really fight for reparations right now.
I'm laughing. You funny as hell, bro. You funny. You funny.
Is this a socialist Marxist group?
It's a cult, bro. It's turning into a cult.
Is it a socialist Marxist group?
Listen, I'm gonna get to it real quick. So look,
is the reparations a socialist Marxist group?
This is good social media.
I'm gonna get to it real quick, Tariq. I got you. So look, reparations is owed to those descended from chattel slavery who can identify somebody on the 1870 census. All y'all probably can. I know y'all can. That's light work. I've done it myself. It's light. Number one. Then you also have to identify as Black. So when it comes down to the legislation component of it, if that idea is already out there, if anybody is taking on that mantle as being a representative of just being FBA in general, you're owed that debt, then you can go out there and go advocate and lobby and get the legislation. I myself, that's what I'm doing. I'm teaching people the information while also lobbying politicians to get that work done. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know, I mean, other people online.
So all the reparations groups before you have all been socialist Marxists.
You said what?
All the reparation groups before you have been socialist Marxist groups.
What does that have to do with me, dog? You talking about something I ain't got nothing to do with.
You because I heard some of your conversations.
We're not socialists. We're not socialists or Marxists, bro.
Okay. So what are you? What is your political ideology?
The political ideology is reparationists exiting the two-party system. We're all independent.
Are you a conservative?
I just told you what I am.
Are you a liberal?
You asked me the same thing in different ways.
Yeah, but he just read on his little agenda that
I just told you I'm independent. Whoever got
you're independent.
You just said you was going to support other FBAs. So those FBAs could be conservative or liberal.
Exactly.
That's why I read that on your thing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we listening. If I said
you're not going to find any conservative group.
If you don't,
you're not going to find any conservative group pushing for reparations.
If you don't support my agenda, you get no vote. Simple.
The conservatives are not pushing for reparations.
Like I said, bro, if you don't support my agenda, you don't get no vote.
See, this is what the Marxists always do. They always avoid
Here you go. You put
answering
labels
questions
on it. You just don't know
that
enough
they
information.
Marxists.
You gotta be
I
precise.
doubt he even know what socialism is, man.
When you labeling.
I mean, he gonna have to go learn it, because if you jump inside the political arena, you either a Marxist or you a conservative.
Man.
I hear exactly what you're saying.
You gotta come with me with facts. I don't play no games. Facts only.
Bro, the thing is that you're
I haven't heard no facts,
speaking
bro.
of philosophy. Bro, you're not speaking in real time and actual fact. You're even your list is a philosophy.
See what's happening? See, y'all still stuck in that old age. See, consciousness is now going mainstream, so you can take this conscious stuff and make it a political construct. Y'all just don't realize that,
brother. It ain't no such thing as mainstream
consciousness into a political construct.
Because it's going politics. Y'all don't understand when consciousness is going to hit politics. Y'all don't see how it's going to work. Last people y'all seen do politics, I don't even know from the conscious community. Keep it a bean.
Bro, listen, let me say this, brother. Listen to this real quick. You say you don't know when the conscious community got political. On the internet, there is no conscious community. Let's be clear. Anybody, like, it's a conscious community here in Baltimore. We got a brother, he actually was on the show. He got a place called Temple of New African Thought. And this brother is rarely on the internet, but he's in the community really putting in work. I do my best to put in all the work that I can in the community too. I do this just to be a bridge.
Right.
Get busy in the community.
Come on, bro. You got to get to the political part.
So here's the point. Political positioning never happens here first. It first happens on the ground.
No.
This is only a bridge. Social media is only a bridge. But before you can, hold on, let me just finish. Before you can even get political, you have to have a structure that the people can be accountable to. Right now, it's all talk and rhetoric.
That's not true. That's what I'm laughing at you, bro. That's not true.
Bro, you gave me a list of stuff.
I gave you a list of stuff that's actually happening right now. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hey,
use the most basic example, which is the United States. When the United States came together, it wasn't just a bunch of white boys sitting around saying, "Oh, we share a consciousness." No, they got together. What they call them? They call them the founding fathers, didn't they? Then they got together. They created that group, and they created their documents. They created leadership, and then they said, "Well, damn, who's gonna run this place? Who's gonna be the leader?" That's the most basic example of how you create something.
Again, like I said,
and to this day, it is still in operation.
Is the organizing, which has been taking place. Now the next step is the lobbying, which is taking place at the same time.
You said organizing is taking place.
Saying the same thing.
So if you're gonna lobby, you have to go to the Democrats.
But you don't know. You don't know, and I'm not going to give you the.
Who you gonna lobby? Are you gonna lobby Republicans or the Democrats?
You asking questions, right? And you're not asking questions for being genuine. You're asking questions not even out of curiosity. You're just asking questions to ask.
But look at, bro, I did 2,000 shows on YouTube. All I did was drill people like you. All day. I got thousands.
You've been around, bro. There's a pitfall been here before me.
So again, I already told y'all the political agenda. I said if the politician that we're lobbying and the political groups that we lobby, if they don't agree with,
are you going to lobby the Democrats? Because only the Democrats would want to hear this type.
You talking about Democrats? We talking Democrat and Republicans. See, we got a free, independent mind.
Republicans are not for reparations.
That's what I'm saying. You're focusing on political party. All it is an independent mind. If you go to lobby with power, y'all have
lobby. You got to go the politicians.
It's a party agenda. You have to focus on the political party if you want to get something passed.
Focus on political party. You focus on the political idea. Then you go lobby. You
okay,
go lobby on the idea.
Consciousness is going to do it for them.
Or are you going to
lobby on the idea?
Here go FBA. Nikki said, we're lobbying every party. You say we're lobbying the idea. You know what I mean? Like, no, all parties move in a rhythm for the interest of the party.
Let me ask you this. Hold on, wait. Let me ask you this. What political party you think I talked to? Because I talked to five different
you
political
only
parties.
gonna talk to
I talked to five different parties.
You gotta go talk to socialist Marxists. They're the only people that want to hear. They're the only ones that want to hear about
I talked to 5 different political parties: the Green Party, the Working Families Party, the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, and the
Working Family Party is socialism,
huh?
Marxism. There's only 2 parties.
Again, you focus on what you focus on. Stand
the conservative or you're Marxist.
Like I was saying, the Green Party, the Republican Party, the Working Families Party, and the Democratic Party. I took all 4 parties.
Okay.
They all agree with my agenda.
Let me show you why you
agree with the agenda. What are you talking about?
All of them agree with you?
Come on, man.
That went right over his head right there.
Okay, so like you got the fist on that card, right? That's your logo on that card.
I put it on the screen again. It's the Juneteenth flags and the Black Power fist. Yes, indeed.
Okay, so now, where did the Black Power? What does it mean? It's the 4 fingers in the fist. Where does it come from?
I'm only listen, bro. I'm only here to answer questions. I ain't trying to get derailed on another. I know how y'all conscious boys do. Y'all ask a question to take it somewhere else. We're not doing that. Come on, Tariq laughing. You know why? I'm
from Philly, boy. You doing?
Like I'm not like. I only came up here because I argued to Tariq on his WWF type time. Listen, Tariq, I'm trying to save you from the FBAs because. Once we gonna this is
what I'm saying.
You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna have a real debate with time and everything, and we'll have an organized debate one day when somebody really ready to do it, where I can't say nothing while you talk, you can't say nothing while I talk, and that's when it's really gonna get broken and torn apart. That's when we'll get torn apart. Because right now, going back and forth, it does nothing for the discussion. It's good for YouTube, but it really does nothing for the discussion. When you are able to screen share and show the facts of how this thing
showing the facts,
would you be?
Y'all asked me parties I talked to. I just told you. Y'all never heard that.
Would you be?
Y'all asked what parties I talked to. I just told y'all what parties I talked to.
Let me ask you a question. Would you be up for a debate tomorrow?
Anybody? Me and you?
Yeah, I'm a debate.
You can show and prove, bro. I can pull this stuff up on the screen and show you too.
That's what I'm saying. So what would be the context of the debate?
The context of the debate is illegal immigration good for Black Americans? Yes or no?
That's not a. I mean, that's a general.
Come on, what's up?
What I'm saying is because I don't.
What you mean?
Let me tell you why that's not a good argument for me.
Why not?
Because I don't focus on other people. I focus on my strengths. And my strength will conquer anything around me.
That's not.
I focus on me. Listen to me. I don't focus on. Let me tell you something, bro. I focus on my strengths, right? I acknowledge people around, but I don't give them that much power. I don't give them that much power. I focus on my power, and it's dominating. You see what I'm saying? So that is not a good thing. Is it good for me? I couldn't care.
It doesn't even make any sense because
that's not a good argument.
Yeah, because
argument. You started the show off talking about them saying the boys in Texas talking about they wanted the border closed. They want the border closed because all
what I'm saying is that's a waste of time. That's the point I'm saying. That's a waste of time.
Point blank.
That's all I'm saying about that.
Brothers and sisters are out here in America. Brothers and sisters out here right now in this nation with a broke leg, and yet you want to complain about the sprained ankle on the broke leg. That's what that debate is about right there. You're gonna really argue about a sprained ankle on a broken leg.
Economics. Did you know that in New York City they allocated $300 million to illegals so that they can live, but it's still 60% of Black Americans on the street.
That's your sprained ankle on the broken leg, brother. When you gonna fix the broken leg?
Let me explain this to Freeman. What I mean that my power is dominating. You got to understand context, brother. Context, Freedman. U.S. Freedman. This is how my power is dominating. I went to college when I was young. Involuntarily, but voluntarily. And so when I got out of college, I didn't get a good degree. They don't give them out at those colleges. But what I did was I used my wits. And so I'm going to give you this is real short. So I went to get a job. I didn't have a work history because I've been to college, you know what I mean? I went all the way to the whole degrees, but I didn't get a degree. So I didn't have a work history. So what I did was I was so witty that this is how my power dominates. I looked at grocery stores that had shut down, and I used that as a work history. And all the time that I was in college, I took everything that had shut down and I made times fit the time that I was missing. And when I went and I got a job, the guy that was hiring me, he said, wow. And I applied for a forklift operator. He said, wow, you must be the most bad luck guy I ever seen before. You lost all these jobs, because I was in college for a little bit, right? I said, yeah, you know, that's how life goes. Hopefully y'all don't shut down and I lose this job. Hired me on the spot. I went in there and I outworked everything that moved. You know what I'm saying? I went from $8 an hour to $15 an hour almost in no time. I was a forklift operator. Never drove a forklift before. Never. They put me on a forklift and told me go lift something up. I ran into the wall. The guy was like, oh, yo, I drive a forklift. I said, man, listen, I ain't never drive no forklift, but man, I'm willing to learn. Can you teach me? He taught me. So dominance is what I'm saying is I dominate when I'm in a place where I need to strive and survive. And so whatever the circumstances is in the situation that we're faced, we need to dominate and teach our people to dominate and stop the crying, stop the complaining, get out there and dominate, get in the game. Crying on YouTube, crying on social media is not putting us in the game. That's the bottom line. So when I'm saying dominating in context, we're not dominating, we're crying. That's what we're doing, we're complaining.
So what's your thoughts about the pull-ups around the 28 states that just happened? What's your thoughts on that?
Who pulled up?
What you mean? FBA pulled up around 28 states.
Where?
This past week.
He talking about falling behind them police.
Yeah.
But hold on, y'all like the news though, right?
Hold up. Let me show you something. Hold up, real quick. Let me show you something.
I think this is just Black Lives Matter all over again.
No, this
You're the talking
Black
point.
Lives Matter and ADOS mix.
I don't know what ADOS is, man. That's an organization. I don't know them.
All right, hold on.
So ADOS was a socialist group.
ADOS is an
Black
organization.
Lives Matter is a Marxist group, and y'all pushing the same line.
But how we pushing the same line that Tariq just played a video trying to compare us to the Trump joint because we was talking about illegal immigration. So what you talking about? You got
I was comparing these marches, but they spewing the same rhetoric.
But look, on one instant he calling us some Marxists, and on one instant he calls it Trump. What is it?
Hold up, look at it. You both of them. But listen to this. Listen to this FBA. Listen to this FBA. Watch this FBA.
I'm crying. I seen this.
My other point.
Watch this.
Illegal immigration.
She reading the script.
We are full on aware that illegal immigration with no border control is a detriment to the Black American community.
There you go.
Immigration has put a strain to our young Black men who
look at the Europeans in the background, though. Those are the ones that's going to come.
And then again, you don't even know the whole situation. Why those Europeans there's opposition. That's why you just saying stuff.
Oh, let me stop.
Wait a minute, though. Didn't Candace Owens say that 5 years ago, and the Democrats didn't want to hear it?
Hey, bro, hold up one second. Bro, Khalif, now you're speaking and you're totally wrong. This is a newscast system that I've been researching, that every time a Black power group form, they show up. They follow them around the country. They dispatch these Europeans around the country. This is a group called News Share.
I know. I saw the Twitter guy. I followed the link on Twitter. I seen this video on Saturday when it happened.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
When the Black power groups form, they call these people up. These are not opposition. They call them. They have been calling them up for the last 2 years. Whenever they do a march, they call them. Whenever they claim they planning to oppose something, they call them. And they called them this time too. News to Share. I've been researching them. So, bro, these are not opposition. But I want you to hear something that your sister said.
We should obtain employment through trade and skill by undercutting the pay that they deserve.
Now, one of the things you might didn't hear it, but she says that the immigration thing is really cutting our bread off. Do we even realize that the influx of Mexicans and Honduranians and people south of the border has been going on for the last 20 or 30 years? And now, let me finish. And now that children have been birthed here, they're grown, and now they're the ones that really taking the jobs.
But it's not like we talking about the people that's coming over to the border right now, bro. What's happening right now? They're allocating emergency money. You in Baltimore? Check out Mary Browser in DC. She just allocated $10 million to the Office of Migrant Affairs out of emergency money because they had an influx.
What I'm telling you is this. What I'm telling you is that many of the jobs that we see.
What you gotta say about that I just said about Mary Browser in DC and the $10 million?
I don't trip off of that. Let me tell you why I don't trip off of that.
But wait, when Black Americans go to Mary Browser for a Freeman office and we don't get it. See, this is a political thing, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a political thing, and y'all looking at it through one lens. It's political and conscious. Y'all looking at it through one lens, and y'all not really
no, bro.
Aspect of it.
In order to allocate those funds, there was organized effort by those who received them, their representative. You're not organized to get the funds.
How you know they're not organized? How do you know this?
Show me.
I just told you. Look, you're going to come to Philly, you'll see. What are you talking about, man? You're going to come to Philly, come down on Saturday, you know what I'm saying? We'll get you.
Just because you have a group of people, that don't
mean this ain't that power, baby.
Listen what I'm saying. Just because you got a group of people don't necessarily mean that you're organized. You see what I'm saying? A group of people. Look at Malik Zulu Shabazz. He run around with a group of people. They rag and tag and man. Malik is
can I ask how much money do you feel that they owe in reparations?
It's between 14 and 20 trillion dollars. Wait, it's between 14 and 20 trillion dollars to close the lineage wealth gap in the beginning. That's quoted by Dr. William Cindy Darity from Duke University. But it's more than that, it's quadrillions. But to start off, is the beginning talks is 14 to 20 trillion, and the definition of reparations is to close the lineage wealth gap.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's say they gave you the 20 trillion, right? Would they print this up from the feds? Would they just print the money up?
I already know your next thing that you're gonna say. So I will give you the information on it. But what I'll say is that the U.S. Treasury, they can print as much money as they want. We've seen that with the Ukraine situation. So what's the next question?
Okay, so then they will go ahead and print the money up, right?
What's the next question?
Okay, so after they print the money, let me just land this real quick to Harker, because I ain't gonna be long. So after they print the money up, right, and they hand it out to whoever you say need to get the money, right? Now our national debt goes up, right? Inflation goes up, right?
That's what they say on Fox News.
I mean, that's what happened with all the other money they gave away.
I'm just saying, that's what they say on
Fox happening News with the money they gave to Ukraine.
So what you been saying about the Ukraine situation then?
What have I been saying?
You ain't saying that, right?
Ukraine.
What you doing about the Ukrainians situation? You saying anything about that?
I'm not for
you. You pressure on your politicians about that?
I'm not for
you. You ain't doing nothing about that, right?
I'm not crying about that. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares.
I'm not for. I don't follow the Democrats, bro.
Let me say this.
I'm not rolling with the Democrats.
To that point about the Ukrainians, and this brother say to Arca Bay, you're making excuses as your taxes feed illegals instead of. Listen to this. I'm not making excuses. I'm saying that I'd rather fight to feed my own and fight that battle on other terms. I'm not going to sit there and complain that this European who have ripped babies out the bellies of our sisters in olden days and ripped our brains out in olden days and continue to do these atrocities from a psychological perspective. I'm not going to put a whole lot of stake in that. But I will put a whole lot of stake in myself as I begin to uplift my people so we can do for self at the same time playing this game over here with this political war that we got to do. And I won't be on social media trying to play a political game that needs to be on the ground. So I'm not making excuses about I want all my money. I just said earlier that you put somebody in place and you get the pen. You get the pen for what? So you can write the check. So you can cut your own check. You don't have to beg these Europeans for nothing. Learn how to strategize, put yourself in power, or bring your representative into power, and you cut your own check. As my brother, what's his name? Deshaun Wayell. He says, be the power. Stop trying to fight the power and be the power.
Well, as my brother Laura Abba say, man, politics is a game, man, and you know what I'm saying, we got to play the game. So
that's right. But the thing is, what you're teaching is the game is nothing more than social media rhetoric.
That's what y'all want to take from it and make that as propaganda. That's what we see. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. If you came to Baltimore, I could lay you out the blueprint.
If I came to Baltimore right now, I can get a city council or a state rep elected, and we could put boots on the ground. What you talking?
How you gonna get them reelected? You don't know nobody in Baltimore.
My name ring bells. I'm the guy that
put. You need to know people. It's the powers in the people.
I do know people in Baltimore. Man, what you talking
about? I don't know that
many. Listen,
how many people do it take to shift the vote in Baltimore in any district?
It depends on the seat. You talking about city or you talking about state? You talking about city, state, or federal?
Baltimore is a city. Baltimore is a city.
Yeah, but you just said the city. Are you talking about a congressional seat, a state rep seat, or a city council seat?
Any seat.
It can't just be that because a congressional seat is 700. I got you. A congressional seat has a population of 750,000 people. Out of those 750,000, maybe about 200,000 of them vote, or maybe of age to vote. Out of that 200,000, the only number that's going to vote is probably between 80,000. So you only need about between 60 to 80,000 votes to win. But if it's only 80,000, if only 80,000 people are going to vote in the election, you only need about 50 to 60K because the incumbent is going to win because the old black people ain't going to vote for nobody.
Let me downsize it for you. You don't know 50K people, number one. But let's downsize it. Let's go to a district. Let's go to a district. Okay. We'll downsize it because you went all the way up to the congressional. Keep it small so it can be manageable.
Because I know that population. So
let's say the 14th district. How many numbers do it take to shift the vote?
So if we go based off a city, the city of Baltimore population is probably what, about 500K, 600K, right? So that means each district is probably anywhere between 50 to 75K per person. That's including all age people. So then when you cut that number in half, you're looking at anywhere between 30,000, 35,000 of age adults. Of those of age adults, the incumbent is going to get up to 20 to 25,000 of the votes because black people always vote for the incumbent and the new people don't get the vote unless they come with a new agenda.
That sounds good in theory. I'm going to pull it up for you, brother. I said to shift the vote. It only take about 2,500 people to shift the vote, brother.
Come on, man. You just never heard nobody say it like that.
It sounds good, bro.
You just lied because you know nobody can spit it like that. That's why you like, I can you can't challenge it, bro. But let's see what you pull up.
I'm about to tell you that Baltimore.
Let's see.
First of all, here we go. And I said shift the vote. You know what shift the vote is? That doesn't mean or districts.
Hey, look, man.
I'm about to show you something.
It's getting late, man. We gotta get to the point.
We about to get out of here.
And we can set that debate up too.
Let's go here.
Does illegal immigration hurt or help Black Americans? I
don't think that's a good one, bro.
I think that's a great one. Because you saying it don't. I mean, you saying that it do help us.
I never said it. I never gave an answer on that.
That's what you insinuating, though.
I'm insinuating that it is not our problem.
Just like y'all insinuating all of this other stuff, I'm insinuating that's the part of y'all argument.
Right, let's do that tomorrow. You ready?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pull this up. Let's do that tomorrow.
All right.
You ready?
I'm gonna DM you on the gram. You gonna? I mean,
you got to email me.
Come on, man. You got email. I ain't 70. You got me on the gram.
All right, here we go. I'm trying to pull this up for you. I'm trying to pull it up for you, man. I can't. They got me on the news channel. All right. I might give it to you tomorrow. But now in Baltimore, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much in Baltimore at all.
Hold on, real quick though. I know why you can't put it up. I'm just keeping it a being. You ain't trying to put it up because you know the numbers that I was saying was too concise. But
I'm about to show you in a minute. I'm gonna show you. I mean, it's on the fly. It's on the fly. That's why
I'm glad. Yeah, man. I ain't even.
Okay, hold up. Here we go.
You know I'm gonna take some of these clips, put these joints on Twitter, man. You gotta get on Twitter, man.
I'm show you, bro.
They get on Twitter, they're gonna be up on you.
All right, look at this. I'm gonna just show you the state's attorney real quick. Let me just show you this.
That's a state seat, though. I thought we was talking about District 14. I thought that was a city.
No, the state's attorney it works for the city.
But you said the state's attorney? The state attorney work for the state, bro. Come on, I ain't one of them.
Yeah, but it's for the city of Baltimore.
But you can't shim these words with me, man.
Okay, all right, let me pull up, because I was about to pull up Mosley, but let me pull up somebody else.
Nah, we need city. Just go to Balatopia.
Don't shim them, Grand Sheik. You know, FBA been giving that to us real all night. Don't play around.
Just go to Balatopia to put the numbers up. Mind you, you know what I'm saying? Just for anybody that's asking.
Point is, at the end of the day, an organization is fighting
we're not
for
about
money.
To go to the point is we want to hear Tariq point. We not. It's 12.
Why you interrupting, bro? Why you being disrespectful?
Don't run him away. Don't run him away.
Why you being disrespectful, bro?
My bad. It ain't on that. I'm just saying. I know how Tariq. I know how these guys play in the conscious community. They'll say something, then you waiting like 10 minutes on it.
No, it's on the fly, brother.
I'm the one talking. All I'm saying is the organization is running off of a promise of getting money, and therefore, you say you're not a group or an organization, but you ran off of consciousness. I'm just curious. Let's say you did get the reparations. When does that consciousness would change? Because a lot of people were just in it just for the money.
Nah, that's not true.
Presidential.
Oh, bro, come on.
People is in it to change the lives of Black Americans, man. People are trying to change the lives of Black Americans, man. Come on. Like y'all trying to just like. That's what I'm saying. Like you know what I'm saying, we can't just be saying stuff and it's like, come on, man, y'all know that's out of context.
Okay, here we go. Gotcha. All right, I'm about to get you real quick. You about to get this boy.
Listen, man, they like, man, he ain't got it.
No, listen to me. I'm trying to find it because it's there you go. Bam. State senator, state delegate.
Yo, quick question though. Do any of y'all vote on this job?
Depends.
It depends on the circumstance, right? So what we said is, if we're gonna vote for anything, it got to be for tangibles. What's so simple? What's so wrong about that?
Reparations ain't tangible.
What you said? Say that again.
You're not voting right now. You're on
reparations.
He said reparations not tangible.
Yeah, your argument that y'all present. It's not tangible. It's a fairy tale, and then you put all your eggs in one basket. So as soon as they diminish that, and the Democrats move on from even talking about reparations, y'all.
I know how I'm gonna get it.
Oh yeah, that's what you think, bro. That's what's up, man.
The Republicans ain't gonna help you none on reparations.
Let you tell it.
Okay. Go post me the clip of any conservative. All right,
here we go.
Not a rhino pushing reparations.
You'll see. That's all. We ain't gotta do too much talking.
I'm gonna just show you this real quick.
Do you know who Thomas Sowell is?
Come on, man.
Where we going?
Yeah, I know who Ball is.
I'm about to whip the ball.
He don't agree with you.
Listen, I don't care who don't agree with me getting these reparations by any means necessary. Reparations over everything. You ain't heard.
So what you gonna do if you can't get it the political route then?
Come on, man.
He ain't been thinking about it.
I'm laughing because
they think they're gonna get it. They think they're gonna get it via the paper through this system. It ain't gonna happen.
But what we gonna get it through crypto?
You'd be better off getting it that way. You could actually get it quicker, bro.
Talking that crypto with reparation stuff, man. Come on, man. We done seen it all, man. I got
just so you know.
I'm gonna show you that.
Just so you know, I was pushing crypto on my channel when it was $500.
Here we go.
Huh?
Let me show you some of these Baltimore numbers real quick. Is this it? All right, and I know this guy here, Antonio Hayes.
Zoom in.
Hold up.
This is city council seat, I'm assuming, right?
No, I'm gonna just ride it down because I'm just freestyling right now. I'm gonna just run it down and just show you how these numbers look.
Okay. You gotta tell the audience though what the position of the seat is though. So
no, you're gonna read it for yourself. Give me a second.
All right.
Let me just try to blow it up a little bit. Look at these numbers. You can read it for yourself.
Let's see.
If you can look at these numbers right here.
Hold on, let me zoom. I gotta zoom my screen there. Hold on. All right.
Look at these numbers right here.
Antonio Hayes.
Antonio Hayes. 12,000 votes.
That's for city council or that's for state rep?
No. That's actually I think he's a state congressman, something like that.
So yeah, he's state rep. So that's probably like a population.
Look at the numbers though. What I'm telling you is that your numbers that you were talking about, 50,000.
Yeah,
Hold up. You're talking too fast. Hold up. Let me show you something. Whenever you look at these districts here, right?
State rep seats.
Listen to me. It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter because it's a population.
You gotta let me finish, bro. Okay. When you look at these districts and you look at the numbers, these are the voting people in this city, regardless of what we're talking about at this point. It really doesn't matter because the numbers is what I'm talking about, is what can shift the vote. When you only got 7,000 votes to win any seat, you see this? I don't even got to go to great detail. When you got 9,000 votes to win any seat in any district, it doesn't matter. Just go look it up. This is a judge seat here.
So how many delegates? How many delegates is in that house? Because you're talking about a state seat.
I'm going to the city. Let me get to the city now.
Yeah, get to the city because the state, y'all got other parts of the state that don't agree with y'all.
I'm talking about districting. I'm talking about districting, brother. What I'm saying is, my point that I'm making is, in Baltimore, bro, it's a different animal. Most people do not vote in Baltimore. So it only takes approximately 2,000 votes to shift any election. What's my point? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that if you really wanted to move on something, you have to educate yourself on this stuff. I mean, you might do it in Philadelphia, but what's this one for? Let me go down some. But I mean, this is the Board of Education here, whatever. But the point that I'm making is, Baltimore is a different animal, brother. That's all I'm saying. And so in Baltimore, you can shift almost any city seat with 2,000 votes.
But you showed us a state seat, though.
No, this is the whole list. Go down the whole list. I just grabbed it because it's for the sake of time. You know what I mean? But this is the whole list. This is Baltimore, though, is what I'm saying.
I see Baltimore, that's the state rep in that area, right? That's the person.
But even the district seats are less than that.
Right. I mean,
you understand what I'm saying? It's less than that. And so if we wanted to take over a community and get the pen in our hand, all we got to do is get 5,000 people motivated.
Yeah, but even if we get one person in there, the state rep that got our ideology, it's not going to do much. You got to conquer multiple seats, and then you got to conquer it at the municipal level.
No, you have to start somewhere, and it's not on Twitter.
Well, we're beyond that at this point. You just posted videos of people on the street, so I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, the people on the street that's a setup. That's propaganda.
They were marching for immigration. They wasn't marching for FBA. They marching for immigration.
Look, bro, you said it's propaganda.
They was marching to send people back to the border, but they were. Bro, that's what they said.
That was one of the chants. That was a
organizer. All the employees who work there.
This is a reparations.
Bro, hold up, brother. This is the organizer.
I know the people. Like, come on, bro.
Hold up.
Let the organizer. I'm not one of them.
Come on, bro.
Let the organizer. Hold up. This is the organizer right here, bro. Bro, you getting whipped right now. This is the organizer right here. Listen to what he's saying. Listen.
We do have a problem with illegal immigration because a lot of times jobs are taken away from Black people. If you go into subdivisions, brand new build subdivisions, all the employees who work there are Mexicans. There's no Black people that work there.
Listen what he said.
Single employee is a Mexican. You go from subdivision to subdivision, and you see the same thing. Factory jobs, illegal immigrants work there. So Black people are locked out from.
This man is talking about 10 years ago. Today,
it's right now.
Let me finish. Today, most of these brothers, sisters, and light, dark, whatever, everything in between, they are definitely registered as citizens. Those are the children, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You don't like. That's all I'm trying to talk to you all night, man. He's talking about people that's coming over here now, man.
The children, bro. The children now are legally working in this country. That's why you see them on In Baltimore, guess what? I was telling my son the other day. I said at one time we had all of these jobs when it comes to road construction. I say, look at it now. That's all you see is Mexicans doing road construction.
Why you think that? Why you think that is?
By the city.
You don't think that's a contracted thing between them and the government?
Bro, what I think it is this.
I'm telling you it is for a fact.
What I think is this. Until I can know definitively, I'm not gonna really
all of that stuff falls in line through the Office of Migrant Affairs so that their CDCs, the NGOs can get those contracts so that they can get their people the job. You don't have those people representing.
You have to bring that up. You have to bring that in.
That's why I said
real talk though. Real talk. Let's say y'all get the reparations, right? And
you get it too, right? Unless you're non-FBA.
Just say they're awarded, right? You're gonna want those immigrants then. Who's going to work in these businesses that everybody say they're going to open up once they get the reparation money?
Black folk will hire black folk. Black folk will be farmers. Black folk will be doulas.
They will be farmers now if they were going to be farmers. What you talking about?
They can't be farmers if black farmers only getting $15 million and they're not getting
you're still begging. You're still begging. Let's get from begging.
I'm not begging. If everybody else is
if you're going to be a farmer, you're going to be a farmer, bro.
How many you need the money to become a farmer.
You don't believe you can do it.
You can't just wake up and be a farmer, bro. That's not how it is.
He's saying everybody's going to get reparations and everybody's going to work for everybody. They got reparations. That doesn't work. You're going to need a customer base. You're going to need a customer base.
What are you talking about? Black folk can't work for other black people and then still be.
No, they're not. If everybody got reparations, who's going to work?
You're talking illogical.
That doesn't even make sense.
Come on, you just
said, Khalif, this is how crazy this sounds. Once we get the money, then we'll be farmers. They ain't got no garden in their backyard. What are you talking about?
Again, it's not just the money. It's also
they ain't even growing herbs over top of the windowsill. But now they're going to be a garden.
Come on, man.
Y'all you working. Nobody's going to work, man, if they get their reparation money. That's the last thing that's going to be on their minds. I mean, a lot of people might open up a business, but at the same time, you're going to need employees. And a lot of the people that are out here working, yeah, they might be illegal immigrants. I understand what he's saying about that, but you need somebody to come in and work.
So let me get this straight. So y'all saying that black folk won't, well, I'm saying when black people who have money or got a couple of hours, they won't be able to hire black Americans to
No, listen. Money is only going to bring out that which is already in you. If you're not doing it now, you ain't gonna do it when you get money.
Facts.
But what do y'all think reparations is? Like, what's your definition of reparations? Because I'm curious.
No, well, let me tell you this. If I was to write up a bill for reparations, I would seek independent education. I will come up with a curriculum for that independent education, or I would employ somebody to develop an independent education so we can educate ourselves. That's a part of reparations.
Did you know that was a part of the financial literacy?
No, you're not listening. You asked me a question. So that would be a part of it. Then another part, it would be to develop territory for those who wish to live there can take a refuge and go ahead and live there. That would be another part. Money would be the last thing. Money would be the last thing. The first thing that I would do is, as one who would be designated to disperse it, the first thing that I would be working on would be develop our own educational system, develop some land, develop some infrastructure, and then what's left over, we can pass the rest out. But that's what I'll be working on. I ain't worried about no money.
So what reparations ideologies or what reparations anything like scholars that you follow or know any information from?
I mean, listen to me. I don't follow. I look at what's the need.
I said the scholars.
I look at the need and I respond.
I said the scholars
though.
I said the scholars. What reparations scholars?
I just told you. I look at the need and I respond. I don't
study Dr. Claude Anderson and Dr. William Sandy Derry.
I like Dr. Claude Anderson
and Dr. William Sandy Derry.
But let me say this. What I don't like is I didn't see him move on it. It would have been better if he took a little town and he moved on it, or he took a little city parcel of a city and moved on it. I don't like that he didn't move on it. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, Dr. Claude Anderson also said he had opened up some businesses and things like that, but he couldn't get our own people to work in them. And that's talking today. So saying reparations is going to be your golden ticket is not necessarily
Is
true.
Claude Anderson an economist?
You said what? Nah, Claude Anderson, just the guy who wrote the first affirmative action in 1970 in Florida, and he also worked for a president back in the day. And then he also been teaching conscious for like 40 years. What you saying?
Okay, so when I mentioned Thomas
William
Sowell,
Sandy dirty an economist. So what you talking about?
I said when I mentioned Thomas Sowell, you brushed him off.
I don't study him. You study him. I don't.
Huh? What?
See this? Reparation has to be cash if they was going to do it. That's
you got it because it's a debt. Like I said, Dr. William Sandy, the economist from Duke University, is multiple point. I don't think y'all know. I don't think.
How about Walter E. Williams?
Access to resources.
That's already a part of it, man. That's what I'm. You're not listening. You're not listening. Y'all listening.
No. When someone say reparation has to be cash, and you say, yeah, it got to be cash, that's not true.
Reparation without cash is not reparations. It's just programs. Cash
no,
it is.
No, you take.
Listen, man. I'm just saying we're not speaking the same language.
Nobody is giving you programs. You take the resources and allocate it to that which would further your posterity.
Come on, bro.
You ensure that the future is secure by making sure that you allocate if you are dispensing it. You make sure that you allocate that. Will bring you into another 1,000 years of development into you, so you can compete for the resources.
Reparations is a debt owed, man. Dr. Claude said it, man. Black labor, white wealth. It's time to get that check, man. Like we built the country. It's time to cash.
You understand why the 40 acres and the mule thing was abandoned? Because they knew once that those that worked the field at that time, they was used to working the field. They was used to building an economy for a slaveholder. If they would have gave them that 40 acres and a mule, it would have been game over because they was already in the mix and in the grind of working the fields. Right. You ain't in no mixing, no grind, or working no field. If they gave us 40 acres and a mule today, we'll look at them like they're crazy and see who can get the best take.
And that's the whole point. And that's the reason why the government has to fund farming programs. Just like they do, the government funds farming programs. Nope. The biggest welfare person is the farmer. The farmers get money to produce the country.
Is when reparations are dispensed. When reparations
are the biggest welfare recipients.
Yeah. Ain't the farmer, bro.
That's who?
The banks.
Come on, we talking about food, man. Food. Brother, the farmers are getting the most money for the food.
Listen, let me just put you up on this. Thomas Sowell got over 40 books written over 40 years in economics. All this Claude Anderson and them niggas is kids. They don't know nothing about economics. Thomas Sowell covers this reparation argument thoroughly, better than anybody.
That's not my man.
Huh?
That's what's up. That's your man. That's not my man.
It doesn't matter if it's your man or not your man. We talking about facts. We're not talking about
nobody. That's what's up, bro. Like
we talking about somebody open your mouth and you either said a fact or you didn't.
Again, like I said,
my man, this man. It's about facts. And I'm telling you, he covered this. In fact, he broke down the economics of the disaster that you think.
You must be a Thomas Sowell fan.
I'm a fan of the facts.
Again, the facts have been laid out by Dr. William Sandy
Darity. No facts.
The facts have been laid out by Dr. William Sandy Darity.
Damn near broke.
Laid out by Dr. Anderson. It's all out there, man. What you talking about?
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you who you need to get on. All right. I'm gonna show you something in a minute, and you can do this yourself.
Hold on, real quick. The one boy said, "Read Elijah Muhammad." I've read my Elijah Muhammad stuff. What are you talking about? The thing is that a lot of people in this chat ignorant on when it comes down time to learning about reparation, but it's just it's tragic. But I mean, this is what it is. What it is, man. You know what I mean?
All right. But I want to show you this real quick.
Somebody, hold on, real quick. Somebody said, "Ali, control your arrogance, family characters, everything." Come on, man. You just saying anything. You obviously didn't see the last discussion that we had. This is a conversation that we have because when the same questions get asked, now it's like, all right, this is not They're not asking for right answers. I done said the right answer multiple times.
Let me show you something real quick before we get out of here. Let me share this with you real quick. 1 second. On this screen right here, right? It says, according to Statista, about 8% of U.S. millionaires were African American. This is in 2020, early 2022, I think. These figures point out to 1.79 million African American millionaires in the country. Now, the Hispanic counterpart is 1.7 million. You know what that shows us? What that shows us is that while they were coming in, they were quickly obtaining wealth. Regardless if they got it through the government, regardless if they got it on their own accord, they were quickly obtaining wealth. We have done tons of marches. We've done tons of crying. We done tons of the blame game, but we have not taught economics in the places that need to be taught. Because there was one time when we dominated all fields of hair and all of the products. We cry about immigrants coming in, but we allowed the Koreans to set up shop in our neighborhood.
We didn't allow that. The government set up that program so that Koreans could take over the industry.
You lived there. You lived there. The government didn't live there. You lived there.
The government gave them grants to set up shop.
You lived there. You lived there.
Oh, but question, bro. If the government is doing all this other stuff, what difference is it gonna make when you get the reparations in the first place?
Y'all haven't listened to the
answer that question. If they're so capable of doing all this other stuff, what difference is it gonna make if they give you their dirty dollars? They're gonna come up with something else based on what you're saying.
Brother, you live in a neighborhood and the government gives somebody a grant and they choose your neighborhood to set up business. You live there. Can't blame that on the government. You live there. We live there. We allowed them to come in.
Yeah, we did allow them to come in, but again, the government gave them to come in.
We gotta blame us. We the problem.
The government, like I said, man, the government gave any immigrant,
the Jewish community.
Listen, any immigrant group that came into the black community, whether they sell gas, food, hair, or no, they all came in through governmental grants.
Brother, wake up. I want you to hear me. We allowed it. You would never come into a Jewish community and do that.
Our black politicians, no. Our black politicians have allowed that.
No, we allowed it.
No,
brother.
We would sleep. We would sleep when people was on the corner just saying stuff. We didn't allow anything.
Bro, you went up in there and bought a chicken box. I did too. What you talking about?
But again,
we
like
participated.
I said, bro,
we participated. We have to blame ourselves.
Like I said from the beginning, the government set up grant programs for.
You still blaming the government?
Gas stations.
Bro, we went and consumed this stuff.
You're talking about the consuming part. Absolutely, I never disagree.
We consumed it. We are our biggest enemy at this point.
Again, we have been our own enemy. Cool, we get that, but you're not acknowledging the fact that these businesses wouldn't be in our community if the government did give them grants. That's all.
I'm gonna let you go on that, man. If you think we're gonna get somewhere blaming somebody for something, man,
not a blame. It's a new fact that nobody knows, and we just always were saying the wrong thing.
The crazy thing about this is that when you look at our history, FBA, that most of this education that was obtained by our people, it was obtained by a little or no money. After the Reconstruction, man, we was pulling ourselves up. We was pulling ourselves together.
After the Reconstruction, we had the Freedmen Bureau.
Let me finish. Before the Reconstruction, we had so many opportunities that we created for ourselves. We didn't complain, and all of the odds was against us. We didn't complain at all. We was in the South. They ran into the South, and they shot up our churches. They shot up our neighborhoods, but that still didn't stop us. We did not complain. We just went there and put our boots on the ground, and we began to be successful. And we developed towns. We developed all sorts of stuff. The point of the matter is that we are not developing none of these things that we develop under more strenuous circumstances. That's the bigger problem. We're not developing towns. We're not developing communities. We're not developing industry that we have developed under more strenuous circumstances.
And all that's happening as we speak.
We're making excuses. We're blaming the government. We're blaming this and we're blaming that. When in fact, yes, that does play a role. That does play a role. But we play the bigger role when we're not stepping up to the plate. Period. Point blank. We got to get busy.
Again.
So we go email me, brother. Email me, brother, and we gonna set it off. I don't think you can win this one though.
No, I do.
You gonna play the blame game. And anybody with logical common sense, they know their own power. And no matter what opposition that they face, they only could depend on their own power. Yeah. You can't acknowledge the devil's power and give them an edge. You acknowledge them, but you don't give them an edge. You exact your own power. You organize your own people, and you forge forward and get things done. But keep on playing the blame game, you're getting nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you skirt that way, it's kind of like that ain't true, bro. We got to get to the original point, and the standing point is this. The original point and the main point is this.
We already know this, though. But we knew the odds been against us when they put out people's.
That's what I'm saying. We're now fighting politically. We've never done that before, so
the odds.
That's all it is.
Since we've been in this country, the odds have been against us.
I never said it wasn't. What are you talking about?
But so what I'm saying, so why are we so focused on the odds being against us as opposed to coming together and doing something that's solid?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. We're fighting a political fight. So when you're fighting a political fight, you have to do is different parts and tactics that you got to do.
You're not really fighting a political fight. You're making a social media campaign.
Well, you gotta let you tell it.
You're doing a social media campaign. If I come to Philadelphia today or tomorrow and you have all the people that rock with you, and I ask them the same question in a different way, they have different answers because it's unorganized.
That's what I could ask 10 different more. I could ask 10 more is the same thing, and I'm gonna get 10 different.
Not under my administration. Not under my administration that I'm ahead of.
So if I go to the so all of the temples that's more they all together.
No. That's under my leadership.
See,
I can't speak for nobody else. I'm talking about those who rock with you. Same thing.
People that rock with. See, that's what I'm saying. Like you trying to conflate, and then when I go to
listen what I'm saying. Our administration strives to be unified in one thought, so we can exact our power towards a solution. He can't be talking one thing over here and I'm talking one thing over here, and she talking one thing here and she talking one thing there. We're never going to get nowhere like that. That's what organization is about.
Again, harmony. Again, the ideology is what stands strong. The ideology is now going.
But your interpretation of the idea, like this, my interpretation of the ideology of Prophet Noble Drew Ali can't be the same interpretation that, like, if you ever heard of Tariq Bey.
I've heard of him, and I mean, I know you're not the same.
Two different things. He does not follow the strict teachings and structure of Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
But I could, on the outside looking in, I could see that he do, just because I'm just looking.
And that's fine. And that's fine. But what I'm saying is, you will get the same thing he got for 30 years, which is nothing. And what we have accomplished in 3 years is a little bit of something.
Again, bro.
So the proof is in what you produce.
It go back to the original point.
The proof is in what you produce.
It go back to the original point that you just said. We can go to 10 different mores and we can get 10 different answers.
No, listen. You go to 10 different mores.
Right.
You're correct. But if you go to an administration that's an organization, everybody should be singing the same song. I'm telling you, our administration sings the same song. I can't speak for other administrations. I can't speak for who rock with Taj or who rock with the.
Why is you trying to make me speak for people I don't even know? What you talking about?
Because you saying that it's a lineage and it sounds like y'all unified. And look what you say. And you
more a lineage?
Listen to what I'm saying though.
Is it more lineage too?
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is
there's 10 different mores of the same lineage. What do you mean?
No. Listen to what organization is.
Okay.
I'm speaking to organization. We are organized as the Moorish Science Temple of America, and I'm the Grand Sheik and Chairman. Anyone who is under that organization that I am the head of, we are on the same page. Any other,
we're not talking about an organization now. We talking about a lineage.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to break down to you.
So Moors is a lineage, right?
You're gonna defend this stuff till you're done, man.
I'm just saying, Moors is a lineage, right?
You beat.
I'm just asking, is Moors a lineage?
You beat, brother.
I'm asking you, bro, is Moors a lineage?
Brother, it's a lineage, but it's only interpreted through an administration. So each administration who is organized may not see it the same.
So wait a minute. So it's a lineage with organizations and they can see things differently, correct?
Brother, listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to say
that's a question. Come on.
Yes, but they are not one organization.
So it can't be FBAs.
No, I'm telling you the difference. What I'm trying to tell you is that FBA has no organization. That's the difference.
I'm crying. Come on, man.
They have no organization.
All right, bro.
You said it yourself.
It's getting late, bro. Because I done said the organizations last week, this week. Come on, man.
You're not a part of those organizations.
I just gave you the breakdown from the organization that I'm on.
You're a member of those organizations. What organization you a member of?
I just told you, cbackusa.org. Google it.
Okay.
The link in the chat.
Okay. Now, what have that organization accomplished?
We've lobbied for some candidates. We've also lobbied on some stuff.
What's the name of it again? You said Google it. What is it?
I put it in the chat box so you can make it big screen for everybody.
Show it to me now.
Hold on. CBAC US. I don't know how. Hold on. CBAC USA.
You don't even know how to spell it?
I just put it in the chat. CBACUSA.org. What are you talking about, man?
And that's your organization.
That's my organization. I'm the regional director.
Hold up.
Yeah, you Google, you put on the big screen.
I don't see it.
I just sent it in the chat. I send it again. I'll tag you. Hold on. Come on, man. You know I'm not one of them.
I don't see it, bro.
I just sent it in the joints right under Professor Beth.
The professor say FBA is not an organization. I get that, but in order to obtain, but the only thing I'm saying, Professor Beth, in order to obtain reparation, you have to be an organized group. That's just the bottom line. Whether you're a nation or whether you're an organized group, you have to be there.
And it's organizations who are fighting for reparations who identify.
I want your organization. I want to see what y'all done because you can't claim you can't tether on other organizations.
And I just sent you the joint. Hold on, I'm about to send it to your man in the back, John. Hold on.
You trying to tether? Come on, man. Oh, you said the back chat. I didn't see that.
I sent it in the big joint and I sent it in the back chat. Y'all can pull that. Like it is what it is.
He trying to tell me, y'all.
You got a whole political agenda. You got a whole political agenda, man.
All right. That is it. You trying to tether. Bro, you can't be tethered off other people's groups, bro.
Come on,
for real.
Man.
For real, bro.
Come on, man.
You can't get away.
And y'all can sign up for the mailer too. We do calls every week, and we have a monthly meeting every month. We done had Dr. William Sandy Garrity on our calls.
I gotta get everybody. Office of Freedmen Affairs.
Yeah.
Well,
everything I'm talking about.
When they came up with wiki websites, man, we didn't went crazy. You know, we got Moors that call themselves governments from these websites.
Yeah, I know Moors that got nonprofit governments. I know.
Yeah, like come on, because of a website.
No, I know Moors that got nonprofit governments though. We ain't got no nonprofit government over there.
Yeah, they crazy too.
Yeah, we got 501c4s.
Oh, there you go.
We got 501c4s. Yeah.
The National Committee of Affairs. All right, let me see.
Yeah, you can Google it.
This y'all.
Come on, man. That's
it ain't looking nice though, bro. It ain't looking good for you, bro.
Hey, look, man. Like I said, you can sign up for the mailer. You get some info. Yeah, I mean,
bro, bro, come on, man. Stop that, man. You need to stop this.
Go to the tabs. Come on, man. I'm not one of them.
Nah, you my man though.
I know. Cause see, I ain't one of them type boys that's gonna tether my way out of a situation. I'm keeping it clean.
No, bro, you trying to tether to other groups though, bro. That website looking real crazy, bro.
Nah.
You got updated, bro. It was updated since 2019, bro.
That's not true. Because the OFA is a new joint. So
nah, bro.
The OFA is a new initiative that's 8 months old.
Now, let me leave my man Khalif alone. How old are you, Khalif?
26.
26. Nah, bro. Let me tell you this, family. Please, bro. Hey, Khalif, no disrespect. And I hope FBA brothers don't think I'm disrespect. This is a 26-year-old brother. He's full of fire. And this might be the brother that take us over the top. I don't think he's going to do it under FBA, but with that fire that he got, he might be the top to take us over the top. You know what I mean? Because we need that type of fire. You know what I mean? At 26, that's some serious fire. That's some serious fire. And I think we all should support the brother for real. I think we all should support the brother.
Well, I appreciate that, bro.
No, for real though, bro. If I at 26, man, I was still trying to find if I really wanted to rock with this Moorish thing, or if I really wanted to. I was still 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and you focus, bro. I mean, you focus, bro, and big up to that, man, because it's not because people that's my age, they need to step back and let you handle your business. I mean, they need to step back and let you handle your business. Real talk. I mean, so you send the old heads at me next time.
Listen, man, I send anybody, but just know I'm coming full fledged. I don't send nobody.
No, I send the old heads, bro. I'm rocking with you, bro. For real.
I feel you now.
Well, 26 years old, bro. We got people that with beer bellies running around with guns, bro. Talk about black power, bro. They not getting no young brothers, man. So if Tariq Nasheed inspired you at 26,
hold on, wait, real quick.
But when you say FBA, that's Tariq inspired.
That's not Tariq inspired. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna let you tether that in there, bro.
He coined the phrase.
Tariq got FBA from Native Black American from Dr. Claude Anderson. Anybody who's familiar with Dr. Anderson seen that.
Did Claude ever use the term FBA?
Tariq is like Tucker Carlson, man. I didn't explain that last week.
I'm asking you,
he's a commentator.
Who first used the term FBA?
You said what?
Who first used the term FBA? Foundational Black Americans.
You already know that answer.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's all. I'm not saying.
FBA is the remix. It's just the remix.
I get it. I get it.
It's the remix.
I get it. But what I'm saying is that he inspired the people to walk with that label, though. But
I think he was just commentating. I think he was just commentating on stuff, and then people liked him. I think that's really what it was.
Right. Well, I mean, I think everybody at Moorish World TV, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm not even going to debate you, bro. Can you come in and give us a presentation, and I'll sit back and listen?
I'll do a mixture of a presentation and some mathematics for the day. We could do a little mixture of both because I can't.
Hit me up. I'm just going to sit back and listen. I think you deserve to be heard, bro. I'm amazed that you're 26 and got this much fire and this much passion. And I would encourage you. I don't think I need to tell you this. It's singing to the choir. I would encourage you. Don't let anybody put that fire out, bro.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
You still developing, bro. Don't let nobody discourage you, bro. Along my way, I used to rap back in the day, man. And you know what Moors used to tell me? You gotta focus on the lessons. You gotta focus on the lessons. That rap ain't gonna be around. Okay, I focused on the lesson.
Right.
And guess what happened? Jay-Z a billionaire. So, and I allowed them to put my fire, simmer my fire a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so people my age, man, they would try to simmer your fire. That ain't what I'm trying to do. I appreciate you. You feel me?
Most definitely. We can set up a job. If you don't want to do the debate, we can set up a job.
Listen, when you're ready. Make sure you have slides, though. We like to show and prove.
Yeah, I know show and prove. I watch Side Nutter, so I'll put some slides up for you.
Yeah. All you got to do is send me a message when you're ready on IG. All right?
I got you.
That's what's up. Hey, family, I think we have to support our brother. Really, family. I think y'all need to go subscribe to his IG. Y'all, that brother 26. Crip, let's be for real, Cryptonomics. We always talk about these old people need to sit down. And even though we might not agree with the ideology that the brother is pushing, that brother is 26 and got fire. You know what I'm saying? He got fire for what he have discovered. And I think it's imperative that everybody support that brother. Don't let nobody put that brother fire out. How many 26 years old we see come on Moorish World TV? I mean, it's another brother from NYC. He used to call up. I haven't heard from him in a minute. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I think these are the type of brothers we need support. All you 50-year-old and 60-year-old and 45, if you're 40 or better, sit down somewhere. That's it. That's right. Come on social media and talk to me. Don't be out there talking crazy. Man. Look at JM. Thanks for the bye-bye JM moment. This show is easy to pay attention to. What happened to the mic? Something happened to the mic? The mic is good. The mic should be good. The mic acting up. What's going on with the mic? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2. The mic acting up now? What the world is going on? Now, this is a good mic here. This is a good mic. There's something going on with. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Oh, God. That's y'all. And my mic ain't have no issue. That's a good mic. Let me see. Dang! Check. What the world? Can y'all hear me now? Where's Cryptonomics?
What up, bro?
How I sound now?
Yeah, you good? You good?
This was a long stream. I got work tomorrow too. Goodness gracious. Hey,
Yeah,
Chris.
man.
You know the sad part about all of this is that within probably 18 months, this is gonna be a wrap.
Man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Just out of respect for the young brother that's up here. I like his energy too. You know, I'm with that. I'm with that. But this is what Morris World TV has been showcasing for a long time, is that we get these fly by night movements, come in with the rah-rah, and they really gravitate to the energy of our young people, but then they go nowhere. And that leaves another generation feeling like ain't nothing gonna get done. And that's disheartening, because you do have a lot of fire and you have a lot of intelligence from the young brother. I do wish that there was some type of structure.
And you
There
know,
always has to be structure and to get things done.
and brother, and this is the thing: when you're a little bit older and you lived a little bit, we have seen this happen so many times.
Right.
We've seen if it was an internet movement when James Brown was around, we seen I'm black and I'm proud. We've seen it.
Right.
Before that, everybody was referring to themselves as Negroes or colored people. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When James Brown coined that term, I'm black and I'm proud, say it loud, that thing spread like wildfire.
Yep.
Then after that era, we seen Afro-American and Jesse Jackson, African-American in the 80s. We seen that wave. Everybody was proud to be, oh, we African-American. I remember like it was yesterday. I was a little boy in school. That was a wave. We may look at it now like, man, that was from Jesse. Shoot, people was proud. We seen that wave. And then from African American, we seen the rise of, that was in the 80s. We seen the rise of how Farrakhan was able to reinvigorate the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. I'm a black man. And we seen that wave. You know what I mean? We seen that wave. Dr. Khaled, you know what I mean? I'm a black man. We seen that wave. And then we move it up a little bit closer to now. We seen Black Lives Matter. Everybody got it in their yard. Everybody got it in their window. Everybody got it everywhere. It was a wave like no other. Black Lives Matters was everywhere.
Yep.
Until we figured it out.
Right.
Then we seen ADOS. ADOS had a short run, but it was a powerful run. They was talking about it everywhere on social media. And ADOS, from what I see, was a bit bigger of an influence than FBA is, but FBA is pretty much starting to gain steam. But we seen it.
Yeah, man. I mean, and that's what I'm talking about.
You wrong. What I'm wrong about, brother? Hit the link real quick. Come on. What I'm wrong about? I can't stand people keep saying I'm wrong and they never say nothing. What I'm wrong about?
And that's the whole thing. These waves come on so quick, man.
Ice Avenue, brother. Come holler at me. I'm wrong. Come talk to me. You can talk to me in person too. What I'm wrong about, brother? Say what I'm wrong about. Say it. Go ahead, Crip. Before I get out of here.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, these waves, they happen so quick. There's so much energy out here. Trust me, everybody wants change. You want change. Everybody